All right, Mr. Joe, you enjoy your family adventure here. At this point here, we are now starting our little adventure. Joe, as we have established at this point, will not be with us tonight. He's going to visit his family, which means Orzol is going to be on autopilot, and we'll do our best to get him or not get him killed. I haven't decided yet.
Don't kill me.
There you go. Sinestra
I'll get
decided
him,
that.
sir.
Sorry, go ahead.
Said I'll get him killed.
There you go. Sinestra decided that he's enough of you pansies always sleeping all the goddamn time. So while the rest of the group was taking a rest for the evening, he decided to go fetch Lacuna and in the process discovered a surly dwarf named Sandor that was poking about the town looking for information about the elemental crests and symbols that appear to be connected to these cults. So he.
How did he get out of the door? Because wasn't the door locked?
Which door?
That door. Zeno locked that from the inside.
He. Well, we'll just say at this point that we had him, or he woke
We came in
him up.
afterwards.
Yeah, he woke
Okay,
him
fair
up or
enough.
whatever. For the sake of just moving the storyline at this point, and getting Miss Lacuna back into the adventure. And since Sinestra's character does not actually need to sleep at this point, we're going
I
to
mean,
play that.
can I straight up just knock on the door like a polite gentleman?
I mean, you could.
Yeah, I'll do that. See what happens.
Lacuna, are you going to sign into Roll20 or are you just going to play?
Actually, it's being slow. It signed me out, so I'm
Okay,
trying to sign in now or load the game now.
no problem.
Yeah. So am I out here?
Well, right now you're out in the front lobby of this old abandoned smithing shop. Um, returning them to where the party had been resting for the evening. We'll say it took you, given the amount of time it took, probably the better part of the evening, around 8 hours or so, just to go out and find them and come back. And it was basically just hauling ass full speed to do it. On your way out side of the complex, you did manage to find one of the hippogriffs was remaining. It was perched atop of the doorway. The remaining, or the other three of them, and your giant um, vulture, which the bodies are rended and torn to shreds. You're not entirely sure what ate them, but there are just gore and bones and such left behind. One of the hippogriffs was intelligent enough to get the F out of Dodge, perched atop the door.
Dumbass vulture. I'm gonna have to go back and get another one.
So as you exited the facility, you were able to procure a ride back to the Red Larch and hassle Lacuna enough, as you said you were doing, to get her back on the road. Um, the hippogriff was having difficulties carrying the three of you behind, so it grabbed the surly and disagreeable dwarf Sandor by the shoulders and basically carried him the entire way, dropping him unceremoniously upon the giant stone slab that sits outside of the ruins here.
Fucking bird.
So after you getting yourself back up and brushing your way off, uh, Sinestra led you guys back inside of this place. Thankfully, you managed to make your way past whatever cultist may or may not be remaining alive in the area to patrol. Um, the party has been fairly thorough about eliminating anyone that was left in the area. So after climbing over the bodies and avoiding the piles of gore and viscera, you guys managed to make your way back to the entryway of a rundown and long abandoned dwarven smith shop. Inside the front lobby here, there is the counter that has been beaten, abused, and covered in a nice, probably 2 or 3 inch layer of dust at this point, of centuries of misuse. The door behind the counter is heavy, solid iron with a 2 inch by 2 inch or so slot in it, allowing you to see into the back room where the remaining of the party, Sinestra, has been resting for the evening.
Oh, wonderful. I'm going to kick a pebble and make a really loud noise.
So you kick the pebble and aiming at the door.
Just anywhere that I think is going to make the loudest noise.
So it's probably going to be the door.
Yeah.
So you kick the pebble at the door. as hard as you can. Roll a strength check.
Wonderful. One moment. Uh, enjoy this pebble attack.
You go to kick the pebble, and the pebble you were going to kick is a little bit larger than a pebble. It was just the jut of a rock sticking out of the dust and dirt debris on the ground.
Ow.
So as you kick it, it's
My
loud.
toe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it doesn't move.
Good thing I kick like a person who knows how to kick things.
You didn't
Side
kick
of
too
my
hard,
foot.
thankfully, so you didn't hurt
Yeah.
yourself. But it did not have the result you were aiming for.
Alright, I'm gonna pick up a pebble and chuck it at the
You did
wall.
hurt me because now Sender's on the floor laughing his ass off.
Lacuna just stands, scowling, with her arms crossed.
Alright, I'm picking the pebble up, or a pebble up, and chucking it at the. I'm making as loud a noise as I can. I have to do this. It has to be done.
Make an attack roll.
An attack roll.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
This is just going to be, we'll say it's dexterity because you're doing a ranged attack, so just straight dexterity modifier, roll d20.
Got him at the 18.
Nice. So you pick your rock up and you throw it at the door, and it manages to catch just in that little 2-inch by 2-inch cubby hole in the door, and you hear bing, 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 and it rattles in the door behind it.
Perfect.
After doing so, you manage to bounce it off of Orzol's head as he's sleeping behind the door. What's this? It comes over, and after 2 or 3 minutes of fuddling with the door, manages to unlatch it and slowly push it open.
2 minutes? Jesus Christ.
He's old.
It's dark in here. I can't see very well.
Gaslight, you dirt double man.
How dare you tell me how to do my job? And as you say that, he slams his staff on the ground and casts light on it. The rest of the party begins to rouse up. Zirio comes out. So I told you to whistle twice, and I'll unlock the door for you and let you back in. How hard is that?
You didn't say anything.
I clearly said as I'm unlocking the door, and he waves his hands around about in a very deliberate gesture, as if kind of like a sign language thing. Like that!
That doesn't mean shit to me.
Uneducated.
Lacuna elbows Sinestra to the side and steps forward. I haven't seen you in a while, sir. How are you doing?
Oh, I was
I'm
afraid
doing
we lost
fine.
you to books.
Oh, I'd still be at the books if someone decided that they weren't just bored and decided to come get me.
Well, look, I brought one with me here. I used it as bait. She was reading it, and I dragged it with me. So
That was one of my grandmother's books, and I don't appreciate the lack of care you're using, Sinestra.
well, maybe you should act like a people and not like a worm.
I elbow Sinestra harder in the ribcage this time.
I'm gonna try to dodge this one. I don't need a big bruise on the side of my ribs.
Alright, Lacuna, make an attack roll. Just a straight
What's-
d20. You don't have any strength modifier.
That's my dex roll.
Oh, it's going to be her attack roll against your AC.
Oh no, help me.
What's your AC here? Oh, she gets you. You try and weasel away, and she just catches you underneath your armpit, digs your elbow into your side.
Ow.
You take 1 point of damage.
Rude.
She's a lot more lively now than when she started.
I say nothing, but just glare at Sinestra, trying to invoke the world's first hellish rebuke surely through sheer willpower in my eyes.
I'm gonna lean over and say, maybe she actually eats the books.
Did you at least get this young woman some food before dragging her all the way forward here?
No.
Can I roll to pinch Sinestra really hard on the hip?
I am totally dodging that as best.
Make another attack roll. you're getting pinched.
Yeah. Stop pinching me.
She manages to weasel her way between the leather plates of your armor and just pinches you as hard as she can in your hip. Thankfully, she's not too strong, but it'll probably still leave a bruise.
Gonna flicker in between the eyes.
I'm gonna walk over to Zeno, and I'm gonna ask, are those two a couple?
You know, that's a good question.
No, I heard
No.
that. Pinch you next.
Speaking of which, who are you?
Sandor Blackstone.
Oh. Where did you come from?
I'm not really sure.
The bird brought him.
Sinestra wanted a new puppy.
Ah. For the sake of
I'm not a dog.
for the sake of context here, Sander would have followed tips from the Zentarum, who he has got connections with after several months of trying to dig information up. They finally pulled something up and sent him toward Red Larch with basically rumors and whispers of various crests, symbols, and carvings that are in rudimentary and crude elemental, just like elemental shapes that those that they have of information regarding arcana and magic within the Zentarum have identified as being related to the elemental planes. So they're just basically, a shot in the dark. It may or may not be related to something that you're looking for. So they, here something. If you want to go and investigate, go for it.
What is this purple?
The purple is it's the counter.
Oh.
Yeah, I meant to put something together for it, and it slipped my mind. But that's the counter in the smithy here.
Cool.
Anyway, at this point, Sinestria, last week, while these guys were adventuring through, they did manage to find a single key that opens it's one of the two keys required to open the locks on the large central temple that's in the middle of the moat here.
We also got nearly killed a few times.
Did you now?
At the utterance of that, Orzo stumbles back. Speaking of which, there is something rather shiny at the bottom of all that water in that moat. It might be worthwhile finding some way to lower it.
Or I can just go down there.
Or you can swim down there, but there was something rather large in the water. I tried to lure it out and make it attack an illusionary image, but it paid it no heed.
Oh, then
Can you
Sinestra
describe it?
definitely should go down there.
Oh, it was maybe this large, and he holds his arms out as far as he can, and takes his staff and holds it up to the top of the ceiling and is like trying to reach the top. I think about this tall. I couldn't see it under the water.
I'm gonna go look at this thing. I feel like the old man's exaggerating just a little bit. You know how some old people like to exaggerate their tall tales.
You know he doesn't know where it is, right?
I don't know. I don't know where it is, so I want to go look at it.
All right, so you're asking them to go and investigate this at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. So you ask him to show it to you. Yes, you follow me. I will show you exactly where it is. Oh, sorry, Lacoon. I didn't mean to grab your token. I also didn't mean to grab this shelf. There we are. So he leads you back down to the central temple here.
What is this thing?
That
What
is
is-
a dead.
Yeah.
What was that? Cereal. What was that? Oh, that's a cloaker. It tried to eat you. I don't think you liked it too much, but hey, I don't know. Who am I to judge?
Yeah, well, he probably wouldn't like the old man either. He's too salty.
Well, it's better you than me.
See what I mean? The salt.
So he leads you back down around the edge here to the very far south. It says, it was down here in the moat. I saw it when I was trying to look and see what's down there. If you look
How deep
over,
is it?
if you look over here, It leads you back
Oh.
to the corner where he was at. Takes his staff and holds it down toward the water and puts it under. And sure enough, underneath the surface of the water, you see the glittering of gold or metal, something shiny, down in there.
Can I tell how far it is? Like how far away?
It's probably about 30, 35 feet or so deep. As if you take this, and he takes a staff and he holds it by the very end of it, as far as he can, and just dunks it in the water, going as deep as he can. And the light illuminating the staff just barely begins to show what's at the bottom of it. With your dark vision, you are able to see various bits of gold coins, some gems, or you assume are gems for the way they shine and reflect off of the light from the spell on the tip of his staff. And there is appears to be some kind of box. While he's doing this and making these, the staff is going under there, you do see a creature come just sounds like stone grating on stone walking past, very slowly making his way, and it just appears to be going on a circuit around the moon.
What the hell was that?
It doesn't sound like a fish or anything naturally aquatic.
So it's a stone construct?
Sandor, with your experience and how your family is done in these businesses, you would recognize this as being a dwarven guardian. It is a large stone construct.
Oh, it's a construct.
Is it dangerous?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I like it.
It has not come out to get us, though, so I think if we leave it in the water, it will leave us alone.
I don't think it can get out of the water.
It seems.
That's what I just said!
It
Remarks
seems
Wurzel.
to be patrolling. I'm gonna wait for it to patrol away, and then I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go get that thing.
Astra, don't you dare.
I'm doing it.
Zirio chimes in and goes, if you remember those wheels in the room down south a bit, it's supposed to, from the old one here's investigations, if we turn those, it might lower the water level.
Don't encourage him.
I know you're trying to help me here, Sirio, but I need a bath, and this is the best excuse I can get. Okay.
Well, in that case, I want to kick him in as soon as the guardian's out of him.
Roll a strength check.
I'm going in. I'm
No.
going.
I'm grabbing the back of his shirt to prevent him.
+5, so 10.
Alright, Lacuna, make a strength check.
If she fails, I'm pulling her in with me.
My roll.
Just a d20. You don't have a strength modifier.
Mine's a 10 to a 5.
Yeah, so Sinestro's trying to jump in. Sandor is encouraging him by basically pushing him in. You try and grab his shirt to stop him, and it's just between the force of Sandor pushing him in and him willingly jumping in the water, you go in with him.
I scream in an undignified and ladylike manner.
Shh, keep it quiet.
Splash.
Keep wood quiet. We're stuck at the bottom of a God knows what.
You can swim. All right, I'm gonna.
You
Could
guys-
be worse. It could be a sewer.
I'm going down there. I'm gonna grab the box.
Alright, I need you to make an athletics check.
Athletics check. Got it. Oh, this is great.
Keep an eye out
Wonderful.
for it.
Yeah, it casts light on my nose if you if you see it.
So as you try and swim down, the current of the water moves you 5 feet closer to the bridge.
Oh, cool.
Lacuna, I
Awesome.
need you to make an athletics check.
Oh boy.
Same for you. You move closer to the bridge. The current
Do you
is
have a dexterity modifier?
it's strength. Athletics is a strength check.
Oh yeah.
So it's pulling you, and the current is threatening to sweep you under the bridge at this point.
Oh, wonderful. I mean, I don't think it's gonna kill us, so I'm not worried.
I'm still holding on to Sinestra, the back of Sinestra's shirt, so he doesn't like get loose. And
All right, I'm getting this box.
All right, so he's swimming down. Um, are you going to continue to hold on to him as he's trying to swim down at this point?
yes,
What? You're gonna die.
Sinestra, I need you to make another athletics check at a disadvantage now.
I'm gonna. Yeah. Okay.
Oh no.
I'm gonna.
One more roll.
Oh, for me?
Yep, you're doing a disadvantage, so you got to
Oh.
make 2 rolls and take the lower, so you got 9. So as you swim down, you are being swept under the current, and you are now under the bridge. Lacuna, you are with him.
okay.
If you want to attempt to swim closer to where the gems and stuff were, you need to make another athletics check. Again, this is at disadvantage.
You know what? I found out that I've jumped in over my head. I got my bath. I'm gonna get out.
Okay. So you swim to the surface. Is anybody going to assist to get these guys out?
I'll do it.
At
Just
this
get
point,
her out first. I'm fine.
at this point where you guys are at, with the current pushing you, you are now at the other side of the bridge.
Perfect.
What
Oh,
you guys
so it's
doing over
actually-
here?
So it's actually not that bad.
Now, as you went under the bridge and the current sweeping you, um, the bridge itself goes under the water, maybe 2 feet or so. But once it's under the water, it's a very large archway. It's large enough for this golem that you guys had seen passing by to easily pass through it.
Got it. Cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna grab onto the ledge.
All right, Lacuna, since you are being assisted out, I need you to make an athletics check at advantage. So roll twice. Take the higher of the 2.
Pretty good rolls.
Easy enough. So you come at the surface of the water. Sandra reaches down and just yanks you back up to the top. You are soaked from head to toe.
Why did you come in with me?
So you wouldn't die, idiot.
I was fine. You were just anchoring me down.
Sinestro, I need you to make the same check. Sandra, are you going to help him out as well?
I don't need help.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
All right, so easy enough for this. Yeah, with the 18, you just swim out. You're just. boop,
All
boop,
right, I'm
back down.
trying this again.
Wait, you're trying.
I'm gonna go all the way over here this time.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
Sinestra.
Is there something heavy we can attach a rope to throw it down there?
Yeah.
Sinestra's probably heavy enough.
I mean, you are soaked at this point.
Yeah, I'm super soaked. So where's the thing? Can I tell? Like, is it like right there?
what you're trying to dive down to get?
Yeah.
So right about there, there's a various bits of coin, gems, and a box. The box itself is like wedged into the stonework at the bottom of the water, caught up with dirt and silt and like. Against the edge of the box where the current is pushing against it, there are various coins and gems that are just like pushed into the box. Where it's at is basically the current is holding them against the box, so they're not being swept away.
Got it. Perfect. So I'm gonna see. You know, my time underwater has given me a little bit of experience about this current. Is the construct coming back?
No, I don't see it.
All right. So how? All right. I'm gonna make a judge call. I think that
Oh
if I
shit! It's right here,
it's where is it?
coming around
The other way?
this way.
Oh, okay. I'll wait. I'm just judging the water. You know, I'm judging the current,
I'm,
making
jog-
sure.
I'm jogging, trying to catch a glimpse of this.
With your dark vision, you're easily able to see it. It's roughly 15 feet or so tall, maybe 10 feet or so wide. It's made of solid stone and it's carved in the likeness of a dwarf. It is carrying a rather large axe that is again carved out of stone. But aside from that, it appears to be paying you guys no mind while you're up on the path itself. It's just marching along. in the same spot where its footfalls are. They're falling into the same indentations at the bottom of this moat, I guess we'll call it, every time.
Okay. You guys keep an eye out. I'm gonna jump in all the way over here. I'm going in. And I'm going to the bottom.
Make an athletics check.
Woo.
Oh, easily done. There you go.
All right, so I'm at the bottom, and I'm gonna let myself. I'm gonna stay at the bottom. Let myself get pushed over to the box. I'm grabbing the box.
You're gonna try and grab the box.
Oh yeah.
Make a strength check.
I'm grabbing that box. Strength check. Got
Yeah.
it.
Oh, nice. So yeah, you get yourself down there. You plant your feet at the bottom of the river, and you just pick it up. As you pick it up, the coins and the like that were against the box, they swirl around with the current changing, and then begin to be pushed away with the current.
Oh. Hold on. I can't just let these coins go away. I'm gonna try to grab one.
Roll a dexterity check.
Oh no. I
Nope.
missed. All right, so I'm taking this box. I'm gonna try to get it. I'm gonna try to get to the, back up.
Make an athletics check.
Guys, we need to tell him it's on its way.
Oh shit.
Nope. The weight of the box is pulling you down.
All right. I'm going to the top. I'm bailing again.
As you are playing in the water down here,
Damn, it walked really quick. Holy shit.
it's every 6 seconds or so, it's moving 30 feet around the bottom of this river.
Damn, is it jogging?
I mean, it's moving
Alright,
at a healthy pace. Let
I'm
me
going
find
out.
the stats
going
for
out.
this damn. Oh, it's
I'm
making an
getting
attack
outta
at
here.
you. Like it or not, it's
Oh, it's
making an attack
attacking
at you.
Oh, okay, well, it's gotta get through all the water resistance and everything. I got this.
So it goes to swing one hand and duck down, and it just disturbs the water above you. It goes to swing the other fist and slams into the ground. Doing so, the coins and stuff that were in the ground go boop, 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 and they kind of momentarily float up in the water. The third attack, it comes and brings his fist forward and just slams you straight on the chest.
It attacks 3 times.
It gets 3 attacks.
All right.
This is why I went down there with him.
No. You went down there because you have a death wish.
Oh shit, my dice. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta go grab my dice. I just realized I left them downstairs. I'll be right back.
Why don't you just roll 20? I'm getting the fuck out of here. You guys are so slow. Why? Why didn't you mention anything?
By the time that we got put our tunes over here to say anything, it was already over. Here.
I
Moved
was
it
following him
super
around
fast.
the block.
What I mean, I think we might have got retconned here, guys. It was on the other side, and then it teleported. That's what happened.
No, it didn't. I followed it all around. Are you getting out of the water or not?
I'm trying to.
Sandor, pull him out, please.
I can't. He's attacked me. I need to wait for how much damage I take underwater.
Oh no.
That's not encouraging.
I mean, considering like anything punching you underwater isn't gonna do a whole lot. Like,
Means
it
attacks
shouldn't.
are a
It should be
disadvantage.
like super disadvantage.
So you're taking 20 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a DC check, wisdom save.
A wisdom save?
Yep.
Guys, I'm gonna lose. I have no wisdom.
So as the fist collides with your chest, pushing you back in the water with the current, it pushes you back 10 feet. You are now under the effect of the slow spell. The whole world appears to just slow down around you and move in slow
Get the
motion.
fuck out of here! Let me out! Get me out of here!
Lads, I think our friend's in trouble.
I'm drowning.
At this point, I need everybody to roll initiative.
What the fuck?
3 for
do I need to roll initiative? Is that? Or
Yeah,
am I
you're gonna
already
need to
in
roll
this?
initiative.
God
Damn, that guy
it.
got a fucking 20.
Get the fuck out of here. Okay, he just went, so it's my turn. I don't care.
No, that's not for the golem. That's for Zirio.
Oh, good. Zirio, get me out. Help. You're my man. Yeah. We're pals, right? I know I'm dumb, but shit.
So Sinestra's got a 5.
Oh, it's bad.
So the 2 is for who,
Oh,
Lego?
oh, this is bad. This is when I die.
What you
Why
say,
is it-
Nez?
The 2 is for who?
The 2 is for Thal, and the 8 is, which is going to be a +1 for
For who?
Sandor.
Okay, Sandor's got a 9.
And 2 is for Thalon because he doesn't have any initiative.
Gotcha. Sinestra's got a 5. Lacuna gets 12. I need to roll initiative for Gladwin. I'm just gonna roll it here instead of typing it in. Where the hell's my d20 at? He gets 15 plus. So he's at 18. Meet Savra. She's at 10. And then I need to do Orzel. He's at 5. Alright, so top of the line is Zirio. He comes sprinting forward, seeing what's going on here. We told you, don't go in the fucking water. We can lower the water using the stupid gibberish, but no, you don't listen, do you?
I don't have ears.
Well, that's goddamn clear, isn't it? So he,
You're about to not to have a face.
with his left hand, he runs his fingers over the crest in the center of his armor, with his right reaching out toward you, calling upon his innate drow powers and casts levitate on you and lifts you up out of the water, so you are now floating 20 feet above the water.
Wonderful. Thank God. I mean, thank Drow.
I can't wait for that spell to fail and then get dropped right back in.
With that, we bring it to Gladwin's turn. He comes over, takes his 30 feet, sees you in your bitched up state. Goes, what did we learn?
Don't go swimming with rock statue.
Are we gonna not do this again?
Only if there are no rock statue.
Oh man. In doing so, as he's berating you, he's going to use his healing light ability. And he's going to heal you. So you recover 10 hit points.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Let me make sure I have, now that I'm thinking of it, I want to make sure I have what's her Lacuna on my overlay here. Oh, let's see, that brings us to Lacuna, it's your turn now.
Is he within arm's distance?
No, I'm 20 feet in the air.
He's 20 feet in the air and he's about 10 feet out of the ledge, but he's above the water at this point.
I don't really think there's anything I can do for him.
No, just kill the thing. Kill the thing. I'm gonna point at the thing.
I move towards the thing. Give Sinestra the dirtiest look I could possibly muster.
Kill it!
And I'm gonna cast Hellish Rebuke.
It has not hit you yet, so you are unable to use Hellish Rebuke on it.
Oh.
It has to make an attack against you for you to use Hellish Rebuke.
Can I cast Web?
Yes, you can cast Web.
Okay. What do I roll for that? Is that the...
That's me, I have to roll.
Oh, okay.
So you reach out, focusing your So what are you going to use to cast your web spell? I did give you, your character has this Hammer of Mending that you can use as your focus item to cast your artificer spells, but basically your spells as an artificer have to be cast through a tool. It's up to you what tool you want to use.
Can I use my endless pistol?
Yes, you can cast through the pistol. I like this idea.
I'm gonna cast web with my endless pistol.
Okay, so you take your pistol and you aim it at the golem, casting your web spell. A large spider web appears, covering the entire. It goes from the corner of the bridge here to right about where Lacuna's at her feet, and stretches out, covering the golem in webs, and it appears to be stuck at this point. It is restrained and unable to move forward.
Did you learn that one from a book?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Oh God, thank God for books.
Now it's the golem's turn. It is going to make a strength check against these webs. +6, and we're going to need to use Lacuna's DC, which is 16. It tries to strain against the webs, and your webs hold fast, keeping it in place. Between the current of the water and the dirt being kicked up underneath of it, it is unable to move forward. As it's trying to walk, it is knocking up several more gems and, goblets and like, and your web is actually catching them. So it's acting like a net, and all of these gemstones and coins and whatnot that it's kicking up as it's trying to walk are being clung to it. From where you are standing looking down at it, you estimate there's probably several hundred gold coins worth.
I'm trying to get him. I'm gonna try to get him.
With
I
that,
see the greed flash in my eyes.
with that, it is now Savra's turn. She looks at Lacuna with her web spell, looks at Sinestra floating above the water, looks down at her rapier. Fuck! And just walks over toward the edge of the bridge, looking down. Nothing I can do. She's going to hold an action. If it happens to come near her, she'll take a swing at it. Otherwise, there's nothing she can do at this turn.
Take a swing at Astra instead.
She can't even take a swing at me.
Not until you fall.
Let's see. That brings us to Sandor.
There's not a whole lot that I can do. I don't think a firebolt would do any good because it's in water.
You are, with your knowledge of magic, well aware that if you cast Fireball or any fire spell at this web, it has a chance of deteriorating or breaking the web.
What are the chances of me taking a rope and lassoing him, so I can get him over to where we're at?
I mean, you can make a. I'm gonna call this.
If you tell me you're doing it beforehand, you might get advantage because
We're gonna call this
the rope.
an athletics check. If you want to, I will allow you if you want to use this as a team action with Sinestra. You can hold your action, getting the rope ready until it's Sinestra's turn to make an attempt to pull him in.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Hey, get ready, and I take out a rope and show it to Sinestro.
Great idea.
With that, it is now Sinestra's turn, and being that it is his turn and he's ready to go, I need you to make 2 athletic checks, Sandor, at advantage. So you're going to take the higher one.
My athletics is 8, so let's
20.
take the 12.
Easily enough. You just take the roll and you throw it at him, and Sinestra, as you you reach out to grab it, the lasso wraps around your arm, going underneath your armpit and around your neck, and he tugs it taut, and you go.
Okay.
Make a strength check for me, Sandor. You yank with all your might, and you pull him in. As the levitate spell is not applying any friction against your force, you cause him to go slam into the stone wall back here.
Motherfucker.
Make a dexterity save for me, Sinestra.
You could have done it. Oh.
Easily enough. You see the wall coming, you put your feet out in front of you, and you just plant your feet against the wall, and you feel, but you
I
stop
feel like
yourself.
I've been repelling. God dang, I could have just used the damn wing boots, guys.
They don't know you have the wing boots.
Oh yeah, they don't.
The only one who does is Hamazino.
Or Zero, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's the only one who knows.
Seeing all this wonderful chaos coming through here. What do we have? What does Orzel have spell wise? All of his attack spells are fire based.
Yeah, they are.
Oh no.
Maybe he'll let it boil the statue.
Yeah, but he knows what's up. He knows that if you mess up some fire into a spider web, he knows what happens. He's a smart guy.
He walks forward and looks at the things. Yes, well, I could fireball it, scorching ray, or firebolt, but your web will be gone.
Don't do any of them. We're fine. Everyone's out of the water. Can't hit us anymore.
Yes. So this web. Do we want to try? As he points toward the coins that are now stuck in the web. At this point, that chest that you had been carrying, did you want to keep a hold of that while this was going on?
Yeah.
I want to need you to make a strength check to see if you held onto it.
Like if I held on to it the whole time, or
Yeah, just a single one, just to see if you held onto it. Oh man, yeah, you managed to hold on to it. I rolled a 2
Oh.
against you.
That's awesome. I am so happy right
So
now.
you're
Why
winded,
does it always work out? Why?
you're battered, you're bruised, but you are out of the water. And as no one is currently close enough to this golem to hit it, it is out of combat. Thalon, I'm going to allow you to take a turn if you want to attempt to do anything against this thing.
If it doesn't want to fuck with us anymore, not really.
All right. Let's see here. It's still stuck in the web. It's trying to make its way out, but it can't do anything. Does anybody else want to take an action against this thing or no?
Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah. Oh, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Well, yeah, what are you doing?
Are you still up like 20 feet in the air?
No.
He's basically 10 feet in the air at this point. We're going to say that seeing him above the platform, Zirio let the spell go, so he's no longer levitating.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Fairy Fire.
You're going to cast Fairy Fire on the
No.
golem?
Never mind. My brain is like not working. Now that I'm on the ground and I've got the box, I'm blinking.
You're casting Blink?
I'm getting as far away from this fucking thing as I can.
So you're actually casting Blink.
Why not?
Okay. So you cast the Blink spell.
All right, I
Um,
roll a d20. Oh no.
You stay where you're at.
I'm gonna keep
Jesus
it going.
Christ, this golem has rolled 3 runs in a row to get out of this web.
Mhm.
It's still trapped.
I'm gonna try again. I'm trying to blink again.
Are we still in combat?
No, you are out of combat
No,
at this
no,
point.
I'm just
I'm
trying
rolling
to
for the
blink.
golem to see if it gets out of the web. Is it struggling against it at this point? There we go. It finally goes. The webs tear around it. It's still holding the coins and stuff in place, but it's no longer holding the golem, and it continues to walk around.
I'm taking the box with me.
Lacuna, your webs are still in place where they're at. It occurs to you that if you guys want, you can attempt to pull up whatever is stuck in these webs.
You really want us to pull this stuff up?
I'm just letting you know. You can leave it there if you want, or you can get it out.
I'm not going back in. I've already done my part. The webs have it caught. Someone else wants to go in? Grandpa? Sandor?
The webs are anchored between the corners of this pathway and the bridge that spans the moon.
So you just gotta grab it and pull it up.
Yeah, I'll give it a yank.
I blinked. I'm in the other room.
Is it Sandor that's giving it a yank?
Yeah.
You walk over and you grab one corner of the web and you begin tugging it up. As you're pulling it up, easy enough for you and with your strength score, it's just you pull it up. As you bring it up, you come to the corner of the web where there's a bunch of things dangling on it. Basically, they're stuck fast in the web. As you're pulling it up and you're trying to like basically wrap it around your hand so you don't lose the length of it, it is sticking to your arm.
Ew.
So you are basically entangling your arm in this web as you're pulling it up. You bring it up as far as you can. There is still a good bit of it hanging between the other point and what is underwater. You probably need the help of somebody else to get the rest of this thing out.
Can someone help me?
I sigh and dip my arms in the water and start pulling, all the while muttering something in some long forgotten demonic language about the people surrounding me.
We're gonna have Zerio's gonna come over and give you a hand as well. He doesn't have a big strength score, but he'll try. Oh, that's enough. So between the three of you, you guys tug this web out and you pull it out. Just drop it onto the stone pathway that's spanning this thing. It is now basically entangled and wrapped around Sandor, as he's the one who made the most effort to try and do it. The entire left half of your body is basically covered in web. Your movement speed is reduced by 10 feet at this point.
What happens if I cast Firebolt?
On the web,
Yes.
the web will ignite.
Oh god.
With me in it.
With you in it, yes. Lacuna, if you would like, you may release concentration on this spell.
I get a very creepy look on my face. Do you all promise to behave if I let Sandor go?
I will burn myself alive right in front of you.
Well, I think we have our answer.
So, Lacuna, what are you doing?
I'll let Sandor burn himself alive if he's gonna be a little bitch like that.
I'm gonna cast Absorb Elements on myself.
As you are doing that, preparing to light this thing on fire, Lacuna, you are also stuck to this web, just so you know.
Can I release just myself?
You know what?
Can
Roll an
like, rub it
arcane check.
against-
Half
rub-
concentration.
Like rub it against his hair so the rest of it gets stuck on him.
And roll an Arcana check. It's D20 plus 8 for you. Oh yeah, easily enough. From your studying of the spell and being how that you learn this through the research of the books, you're very familiar with how it works. And with a quick gesture, you manage to make the web just basically let you go, and it just flops to the ground at your feet, no longer holding on to you.
Can I leap at her and get her tangled into the stuff that is on me?
That technically constitutes an attack, and I can attack back.
While you guys are doing this fun little thing, seeing that you have a fireball ready in your hand and the way you're about to lunge at Lacuna, Zirio takes the initiative and just casts Dispel Magic, dispelling the web and freeing himself from it. So your web is gone now.
Huzzah.
Damn it.
So I totally blink.
Can I roll to trip him while he's trying to blink? Is that possible?
Nope.
No,
I just
he
disappear.
just disappears.
I brought the box with me, by the way.
So while you are doing this, Zirius just casts his Dispel Magic spell on it. The web just fades away into wisps. Nothing. I'd rather not be on fire today. Thank you very much.
I could have released it on you too and just left it for Sandor.
How about we don't kill each other today?
Even Sinestra.
I'm not even there anymore.
he's phased out. You are now in the ethereal realm, Sinestro.
Yep. and I want to look inside this box.
I hope it's locked.
The box is with you in the ethereal realm, so you cannot look inside the box
Why not?
because it's now in the ethereal realm with you.
That's the point.
Yes, it is solid to you in your hands in the ethereal realm as if you were on the material plane.
Yeah, I can't open it.
You can, yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Okay. As you go to fiddle with the lock and try and open the box, it is locked. Trying to pull the latch, you hear a slight pink, and the spring goes off. Thankfully,
Oh,
because you are in the ethereal realm, a dart flies out of the lock and just passes through your form, clattering onto the floor behind you.
thank God. That's the best use of Blink, by the way. To set traps off.
You are now coming back to the material plane. You can stay where you're at or go 10 feet from where you are currently.
I'm gonna pop up right behind this guy.
Okay, so you just pop up behind him over there.
I just pop up and I'm gonna go. Boo.
As you pop up and go boo against him, he is going to. He's going to cast Word of Radiance because some special thing just appeared behind him.
It
Make
said boo.
Make a Constitution check.
Oh, I fucking love con checks. This is gonna be great.
You take 9 radiant damage.
Asshole!
What the fuck are you doing?
What kind of enemy ghost says boo and warns you they're there? What the heck's wrong with you?
The kind that wants to get blasted back to the steps of Lathander. That's the kind. Oh,
I'm
God.
I'm gonna walk over and hand the box to Zero and say, I already tripped the trap.
So, what was in the web?
Alright, so while you guys he's fucking around, blinking around, you guys managed to look through the web. Flipping through this, you found 413 gold coins are stuck to this web. There are,
Or because the web's no more.
well, they were. They are now soaked, but just soaking wet gold coins. They are clean and polished now, thanks to the soap and dirt being pushed around on the bottom of it. There are 71 platinum coins. You find 3 rubies, 2 emeralds, and a rather large diamond. I'm assuming you want the box opened?
Oh, yeah, if you could.
Takes your box, just a death flip goes rest, click, latch comes open.
Alright, I'm gonna search the box.
Oh man. As you open up the box, inside of it is a suit of dented armor. There are various bits of gold and silver items, torques, necklaces,
Shit,
rings.
this is a big box.
It was sizable, yes. That's why I had you make a strength check against it. There are several semi-precious stones, some pendants and brooches. Looking over them, the total of it is worth maybe 600 gold for the whole of all that, if you could find someone willing to buy it. In addition, there is a goblet made of solid platinum with rubies set into it.
Oh, I did all the work. I'm taking what I can.
Can
the
I use
armor.
my pistol on him with the webbing too?
What?
You want to cast web via your pistol again?
If he's gonna try to run off with something that we all worked for, yes.
I'm not running off with it.
So while you are looking through this, Ziria was pulling these things out and holding them up. One of them being this platinum goblet.
I'm grabbing the goblet.
If you want to take the goblet from him, you need to make a. We're gonna call this a dexterity check.
I mean, I'm not like yoinking it from him.
So you're gonna ask him for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to see it.
So ask him for the goblet.
I mean, hey, yo, let me see it. And I grab it.
He's gonna roll an insight check against you to see what your motives are.
I just want to see it. It looks shiny.
He shrugs and hands the goblet over to you. So it's a platinum goblet. There are 6 rubies set in it. It's a hexagonal shape. So against each of the faces of the goblet, there is a ruby set into that. From your knowledge of gemstones and precious metals, Lacuna seeing this thing, it immediately registers in your head that this thing's worth probably 2,500 gold. It's up to you whether you want to share the cost of this thing or not with them, but that's what it's worth.
Oh, I'll tell them. It's 25,000 or 2,500.
Hmm.
It's a lot of gold.
Cool. And I am going to say I'll hang on to it until we get back to town.
Until you can sell it, you mean?
Until we can sell
Uh-huh.
it. Hey, I've shared everything with you guys so far.
While you guys are having this discussion, Zero has set your box down at this point next to the side of the moat here. He has been picking out the gemstones, pendants, and brooches and stuff that total to be worth about 600 gold, and putting it in a pouch in his pocket. He leaves the dented armor and rusted weapons in it, and then kicks the box back into the water.
Nobody wanted any dented armor.
Not really.
So Zirio grabbed all the gems. Did any of us see him do this?
I mean, he was doing it in plain sight. He's just putting it in his pocket.
Yeah. Is anyone going to call him out on that? I'm too busy looking at this goblet. I saw shiny. I grabbed shiny. I like shiny.
That little cat that's been hiding in his pouch there, it has popped out of the pouch and is now playing with the diamond among the coins on the floor. Lacuna, you haven't seen this before. There is a small white kitten with blue dots running down its back and tail that is playing with the diamond on the floor.
I immediately scoop up the cat, leave the diamond lying there. And what's your name?
It looks up at you, cocks its head, as if understanding what you are saying, sniffs your nose and licks it, and then begins to purr and falls asleep in your hands.
Worth it.
I'm gonna pick up some of the coins on the ground.
Alright, so if you guys want to share the coins on the ground, there are how many of you now? There's 8 of you now at this point now running around down here. So there is 413 gold down there. Because I'm being lazy, I'm just going to get my calculator out. Divide that by 8. It's about 51 gold per person.
51 and a half gold.
Yeah, well, because Lacuna cast a spell, she's getting an extra 3 pieces of gold, so she gets 53.
Says the person who is holding on to the goblet for safekeeping.
Hey, you all know I have it.
While you were having this discussion, the cat that was in your hands is gone. It is now sitting on Sinestra's head, batting at the goblet.
Wait, the goblet's on my head?
No, the cat's on your head, batting at the goblet in your hand.
Oh, okay.
Kitty.
You like that? And I'm
What
gonna hold
is
the
that?
goblet up.
What is so interesting about that goblet?
It jumps into the goblet and just sits.
If it sits, it fits. Or if it fits, it sits.
Everybody gets 9 platinum coins
Wonderful.
because it's simplistic that way.
With all this coin and with this goblet, and I stop and I pick up the diamond that I had completely missed while I was too busy fawning over the kitten. Things like these we should probably head back to town to sell and put them away. And I really, really need to get
All right, you
back
need to
to
lay
my
down a bit.
studies, Sinestra.
Well, give me a minute.
You don't have to get back to your studies. And I pull out a couple of the books that I took. You forgot to read these.
Sinestra, what have I told you about taking my family's things?
I didn't take them. I brought them with you.
Taking them without us knowing is the same thing as stealing.
You
Sinestra.
watched me do it. I told
Did
you.
give me a choice. No, you didn't. Don't rewrite history to make yourself look better. We are going back to town, and you are bringing my books with me.
I'm going further. I'm just gonna walk away while she
And
goes on the
I-
rant.
And I'm going to follow you the entire way. And we are taking the cat with us, and I am taking it home with me.
As you reach for the
Are you
cat,
listening?
it poofs away from you.
What?
This is all your fault.
You gotta stop trying to claim the cat. Cat's its own person. Let it do what it wants.
We are going back to town
Oh,
regardless.
shit. Is this door open? Was I supposed to
That's
see?
That's the pyramid door we can't get into, or one of them.
Oh, okay.
That door is locked. It's got ornate dwarven reliefs carved into it. There is a keyhole in each of the doors. They have a single key currently. I think Thalon has the key to open one
Yeah,
of
I
them.
think so.
You need a second key to actually be able to open it.
Okay.
Well, we can look into this key in town where it's safe, and we can sell the goblet.
So, I didn't pay attention to where we were when we started, so I'm just gonna keep walking this way.
This is where we started.
As you turn that corner, one of those bird people comes around, just pops on the shelves, and turns and runs down the hallway.
What the? Okay. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast that motherfucker right now.
Make an attack roll.
Hold on, I gotta get my
Actually-
Eldritch Blast.
I'll pray back 1 second. Hold on. I'm sorry.
I actually have to leave in a minute, so. That's the reason why I was originally suggesting we go to town, because that would be a natural leave-off point until the next time I rejoin again. But, I mean, if you want to Eldritch Blast the bird, go ahead.
It's only not.
Yeah, I have other stuff going on.
Yeah. Well, that's why I walked back this way. You could go into the room where everyone's resting.
Resting room?
Yeah, it's to the right. Over here. In there. I got a cat loaf over there. He does not fit in a goblet.
All right, I'm back.
She's gotten bigger.
Well, stop feeding her crap.
I don't know. She's like actually physically gotten bigger.
Did you you made an attack against that pigeon thing, the bird guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, your 13's gonna hit. Roll your damage.
Oh, wonderful. I'm gonna roll my damage here. 1 second. Need to.
You
not
casting both of your Eldritch Blast at this thing?
both of them.
Yeah, so when you cast Eldritch Blast now at your level, you get 2 beams of it at 5th level. So you gotta do 2 attack rolls.
Oh, wonderful. The exact same thing twice. 16 damage to the face.
You need to make a second attack roll against it to see if the second beam hits.
Oh. 1 second.
Oh yeah, that's gonna definitely hit.
That
So-
one goes right between the eyes.
As you cast your Eldritch Blast as it's trying away, you catch it. One of them catches it in the back and goes, "Rah!" and starts to fall forward. The other one catches in the back of the head, and the head is gone as the body just goes and kind of slides and screeches against the floor before thudding into the corner. So he
This
dead.
is- This is where I've got to depart. Do you want to take her over as an NPC, or just have her start making her? Are we anywhere near an entrance? I could just start making my way back into town.
Oh, I thought we were just gonna leave you in the restroom, in the resting room, and you just
Okay.
reading your book.
Okay, Dad. Just
Oh.
leave me at McDonald's. Nobody cares.
That's happened to me once.
Well, it's up to you, Lacuna. I can NPC you if you feel like you're gonna have time to come back and play again next week. I know your schedules are kind of hectic right now, so.
No, I probably won't be back for a week or two. Definitely not next week, because I have been booked for 1,000,001 Avengers things. So
Okay. So what we'll do is we'll just have it so that you head back to town.
all right, but the next time before you do that, the next time Sinestro tries to run or attack anything, I would like a preemptive trip on them.
All right.
You want
For
to
old
trip
time's
me?
sake. Yeah.
I'll make a stumble check against Sinestro when he goes to do his next attack then for you. All right.
Alrighty, and keep me posted on what's happening in the game. I'll try to find another time to come back in.
All right. So we're gonna have you head back to town. As you've been insisting that you are heading back to town with the rest of them, I think what we'll do is Megan, you don't want to. You haven't been wanting to play Thalon or Sabra anymore, correct?
Yeah.
So we can have those two escort Lacuna back to town.
Okay.
That way we're not basically running them anymore at this point. So you don't have to maintain and keep up with them. Is there anything that you want to get off of those characters before you send them off on their merry way?
If I could get the dwarven armor and the ring from Thalon, I'd be.
Yeah, we'll just take those off of her. Let me add them to Sandor. That way we're just to simplify things at this point.
Was there anything that dropped off of that last fight that that would be worth Lacuna researching?
We don't know.
Actually, what we're going to do is, if you are heading back to town, we have Zirio has on his person that he can give to you to take with you. Other possessions. He has 1 adamantium bar, 2 mithril bars, and 4 iron bars. You can take them and use them to craft something. So if there's something that you want to make, I'll give you those bars, and then when you come back, we'll just say you have the item.
Okay, sounds like I can make another pistol.
Yeah, so I mean, you can make yourself a pistol. You can make, a piece of armor for somebody else or for yourself. Mithril is a very light armor, a light metal, and I mean, you've been working with artificers for a while now. You are well aware of the potential of what's sitting in front of you. The 1 adamantium bar, looking at the size of it, you could probably make a single weapon out of this thing. So you could make an adamantium longsword, axe, etc., whatever out of it.
Or 2 short sword dagger monkeys.
Or 2 daggers or 2 short swords. The mithril bars, there is enough there to make a suit of armor if you want to make a suit of armor with it, or 2 weapons.
I could make something for someone else if they need it.
So armor made of mithril counts as being lighter, 1 stage lighter than what it is. So heavy armor of mithril counts as medium armor. Medium armor out of mithril counts as light armor.
I need armor. Please keep me alive.
Okay, I'll craft Sinestro some medium armor with an exclusively ridiculously made codpiece attached to it.
A cod piece? I
Alright.
will
It's
wear
gonna
it
be
with pride.
really big and elaborate with like gargoyles engraved on the side.
Uh,
Oh my god.
real quick, can I have you? I want you to make roll a d20 and add 8 to it. Bum. And if you want, I will, if you want to try and get a higher number, I'll let you roll or burn your magical tinkering. Because, I mean, you're not going to be using anyway. If you want to use
Yeah.
that singular roll, that's fine with me. But,
What do I roll for?
so you have 5 magic tinkering right now, 5 charges of it. If you want, I'll let you roll up to 5 more times to see how high you can get it.
These reset after a long rest, right?
Yeah, they're going to reset for longer. This is a check to see what you can make out of it, what you're going to be able to make.
Are they all 1d20 plus 8?
Yeah, they're all going to be 1d20 plus 8. Because this is your craft, you're proficient with
5
that,
more
and your intelligence
rolls.
modifier. Okay, that's a
Doesn't get
27.
much better than that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Insane. All right.
I mean,
So
you could keep going just
looking-
in case you get a 20.
If you want to keep going to try and get a 20, that's up to you.
Does it? Okay, are you gonna take the highest roll?
Yeah, I'm taking the highest roll that she gets.
Oh, they keep going. Just use them all.
Okay. Do you want to
Critical
keep
win.
going?
No, I'm okay with that.
It's
This
over.
cod piece is gonna be amazing.
Okay. So looking at these suits of mithril armor and taking measurements of Sinestro and between the mithril bars and whatnot, you think to yourself, since you're gonna make light armor out of it, and it's basically gonna just be chainmail armor, you could probably make a suit for him out of one of the bars. So you could probably make 2 suits of chainmail armor, mithril chainmail armor out of these bars. Give-
Sandor, do you need armor?
He is taking the dwarven plate from
Okay.
her.
Does Cereal or you need armor?
You can give it to Zirio. It would be a boost to his armor. Or Lacuna, you can use medium armor. With your rolls, you are aware that you could take that adamantium bar and turn it into a suit of adamantium scale mail armor for yourself if you want to do that.
Sure, as long as I can make it pretty.
You can make it as pretty
It's
as you
scale
want.
mail. It's gonna glitter like the 1,000 suns of my Book of Suns.
I am a vein tiefling.
It's adamantium, so it's black metal, like jet black metal.
Oh, but it's going to glitter.
But because you're an artificer, and the amount of material it takes and time it takes you to make things is like a quarter of what it would take a normal crafter. You could easily make the suit of adamantium scale mail armor, and you could enchant it with something because you're an artificer. And you could make the 2 sets of mithril chainmail armor for the other 2 guys, if you want to do that.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so I'm going to make a note here that you're using the bars to do that, and that's basically what we're going to have your character doing for the next 2 weeks or so until you get back. Okay?
Sounds good. Thanks, gentlemen.
Yep. Thank you for
Enjoy
coming.
your night.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
It was enjoy.
Oh God, shut up.
All right. So we're going to give those 2 to him.
Strounder.
Poor girl. You're trying to
Sorry.
kill her off. I'm going to go back to our dashboard here. And we're going to... So, Thalon, Savra, and Lacuna are all going to leave and make their way back to town. So I'm just going to take their tokens off the map for now. That will remove the amount of characters that we have to maintain here. There we go.
Wonderful.
Save configuration. That makes it easier for everybody else.
Pressing onward.
Having all those taken out, pressing onward. As you make your way up that particular hallway, there are various carvings and such in the sides of the halls here that are pointing toward it, heading to another section of this underground complex.
Can I read them?
Yes, you can read them because you are a dwarf. You know dwarfish. As you're reading through these, in ancient dwarvish, it says that you will be heading toward aqueducts if you go in that way. Carved underneath of that in common, and with the symbol of the air crest next to it, it says, "No one allowed to proceed past this point. We don't want to deal with those fish people. Those water-headed morons don't know what they're talking about anyway. Don't waste your time." So you feel that going forward in this juncture, it's probably going to take you to another one of these layers, or underground sections that are leading to another temple.
This leads to the aqueducts and apparently a bunch of water people.
Ooh, water people, and I walk. I met a water person. He was a bartender.
As you continue to walk along the path, it feels like oppressive heat is bearing down on you. Moving forward, there is a large iron door, and carved into the iron door is a symbol of fire for some reason. It appears whoever was trying to give directions here doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about.
I'm gonna go back away from it a little bit. I can see the door, yeah?
Yeah, as you round the corner, there is a door there. It's not locked, so if you want, you could open it. As you get closer to the door, you smell what it counts to like burning flesh.
You smell like burning.
It's not a very pleasant smell.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm gonna go to this corner over here. Yeah. I'm gonna peek my head around the corner. And I am gonna cast. No. No. I'm gonna look at Sirio and say, any ideas?
yeah, I suggest we find the other key, as he's holding up the key that he got from Fallon as Fallon left, to go into that big ass pyramid in the middle of the room and deal with whatever's in here before we move forward and give these bastards a chance to recuperate or find us.
Okay,
Sounds
so
like a plan.
does that mean going this way?
Going back.
Going back. Alright, well, I'm just gonna follow them. They know where they're going.
All right, so
You
you're
can
back.
take me with them.
Back in the plaza. Um, you guys came from the south. You investigated to the west. Yes, left west. Um, Fallon would have warned you guys before he was leaving that there is a crypt around the corner here to the west of this plaza that has been sealed shut, and there is a heavy presence of undead coming from it.
I'm gonna look at Sirio and give him a nice, wild grin and say, we know how to deal with undead.
We make them dead.
Let's go. Is it right in here?
No, it's over here where I'm at.
So
Oh.
over where Sandor is, there is a door. It is a massive stone door with several iron spikes and bars just crudely hammered into it, sealing it
Alright.
shut.
Can I read anything on the door?
Um, there are no glyphs or runes or anything on the door identifying what it is, particularly from the outside. There are gigantic stone doors covered in twin reliefs of the dwarven god Moradin in profile that's 15 feet high. The gods bear a somber expression and they are in formal regalia. As I said, there are several spikes just hammering the door shut. You know yourself, being that you follow Moradin and you have been a fairly religious dwarf over your years, that these reliefs portray Dumathoin, the god of keeper of secrets under the mountain. Moradin, the Soul Forge, the Forger of Souls, and Marathon Dune, the Watcher, finder of trails. Whatever dwarves had previously occupied these crypts, had set these gods that they presumably, from the way the reliefs are, they are fairly revered, to watch over their dead.
I kind of take a deep breath and go, I hope that the key's in here and start trying to get through the door by taking out this.
You're just gonna try and brute force your way through it.
Unless I can see another way to get in there.
What are you proficient with? Do you have any trade skills you're proficient with?
Smithing tools, that's about it. And a loot.
Smithing tools. Yeah, your smithing tools aren't going to do you any good here, so you're going to need to roll a straight strength check against this door.
+5, 15.
You push as far as you can against this door, and you're not able to find purchase. You don't have the strength to just force your way through it right now. Bum. If you would like, you can attempt to make another check to try and brute force your way through this door.
I would like to check them on another way to besides forcing through those doors because that's not working.
All right. So as you examine the various spikes and the such that are in the door, it occurs to you that using if you're using your smithing tools, you might be able to pry them out slowly over time, allowing you enough purchase to get inside, and just basically get the damn things out.
I don't think I actually have smithing tools. I just think that that's what I'm proficient in because it's not showing in my equipment list.
You should have smithing tools on you. Did you not give yourself the starting equipment?
That wasn't an option.
Oh, oh, because you have a different background. Yeah, since you're an agent, you are able to do smithing. You're proficient with it, but you don't have tools with you. You're not carrying tools around with you as you're doing it.
I kind of look at it and I kind of turn to the group that anyone know where I can get them the smithing tools by chance.
Ziria smiles at you and reaches into his pack and twirls around a crowbar and hands it up to your directions. You can try this.
All right, I'll try that.
So using the crowbar, you can make another strength check with advantage. So roll
Plus
again.
5, so 8.
Roll one more time because you got advantage using the crowbar.
Plus 5, so 16.
Still not enough. Using the crowbar and the other various tools you guys have available to you, it takes you 10, 15 minutes or so to manage to pry all of these spikes and stuff out of the door. You're making quite a bit of fucking noise at this point. So as you are doing this and banging at the door, you hear different things just scuttling and scratching, approaching the door. As all the noise you are making is drawing the attention of whatever the fuck is inside.
Well, at least they're all bunched up.
As you pry the door open, you now find yourselves face to face with a pile of undead. Sinestra, roll your attack because you were ready an Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, I'm going in. No.
Oh, roll another one?
Another one?
Yeah, because you have 2 attack rolls to do with your Eldritch Blast.
Oh boy.
Let me check these guys. They have. Nope, you cast your Eldritch Blast at them and they slam into the stones and crypts and such around you. The ghouls themselves are going to come running out. One of them is going to dash right at Sandor and make an attack roll at you. Let's see. Because you guys have made a fuck ton of noise. He charges at you, Sandor. You see it coming. You just kind of like sidestep and let it go charging at you. It skitters and just slams into the ground and slides to a stop. Turning around and goes, and growls at you. Roars. Just kind of pissed off that it managed to stumble by. It didn't hit you. Let's see. Another one comes charging out. Again, it's going to charge directly toward you, Sandor. 12. Let's do the hit. It comes charging at you and leaps at you as it's trying to bite you. You bring your shield up and easily just it crashes into your shield and stumbles to the ground. It's now in front of you. It hasn't gone anywhere, but it missed you with its attack. Next one comes charging out and goes running towards Zirio, where he's standing. Just sidesteps it and it goes skittering to a halt behind him. Let's see, another one's going to be coming out. And again, he's coming at you, Sandor, because you're right there in the doorway. And easily enough, you just deflect him and knock him aside. These things are just clumsy. They have no way of actually reaching you. That one comes running forward. This one comes running forward. They're both inside the doorway, unable to make. They don't have time to attack. Going back to roll initiative now.
Jeez.
Well, then.
Well, all right. What's your modifier with that?
Plus 1.
So you have 21. Let's see. 2. Sandor. He's got 21. Orzol is going to have 12. Sinestra's got 13. And then I need to roll one for Cloudwin.
This is where the real Eldritch Blast bros come into play.
This is when the real fights start. And Calablin's got a 19. So that brings us to Zirio actually beats you with his stupid high fucking dexterity check. Seeing the one that's rushed past him and it's not currently threatening anybody, he's going to march his way forward to the one that is directly opposite of you, flanking it, giving himself advantage on attacks, flicking his wrist, bringing forth his flaming scimitars, illuminating the area around him, and he's going to make his attack against it. Yeah, that's going to hit. Let me read the wording of this thing. First. All right, cool. So first turn. That means this works. He's going to get his ambush attack in.
How are you doing that?
I made macros for this.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I'll give you the information after we finish the game tonight to make these.
Cool.
Because as you were saying, it's ridiculous seeing me type this shit out all the time.
Yeah, that's why I was using the dice roller because it's super easy. But
All right,
macros
let's
is
see.
nice.
Yeah, I mean macros are beautiful.
Because then I can just scream Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast, and it goes what the fuck, and then falls over.
I'll just imagine like my warlock is still going through and having some squeaky voice moments.
And it gets another attack. That's going to hit as well. See, I need to fix that one.
Why?
I mean, I guess it's fine. But the other one has got it cleaner. It looks cleaner to see the damage it does.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah. So that one in front of him, he just whips his swords back in a frenzy. And just basically cuts the poor thing to ribbons as the blades streak across its flesh, flaming cinders. It's not a pleasant smell as it falls to the ground in a rotten pile of just bleh. Let's see, that brings us to Sandor. It's your turn. This guy here, whoops, is, close that. That guy's dead.
I'm going to attack this one.
Alrighty, make your attack roll. That's gonna hit. $10 points of damage against his ass. Very nice.
Then I get to attack again.
Yeah, I was gonna say you get secondary attack, don't you? Extra attack. Adding your strength modifier to that. Let's see.
It is a
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna hit then. If you add your hit to it, you're good. Roll your damage, sir. Nicely done. Sandor draws his longsword and does a quick flourish of chop chop left to right, slices this poor bastard to the ground as he falls down in a slump of rotting flesh. You guys are making short work of these fuckers. Let's see. This guy here is going to run forward and make an attack at Zirio. And he's going to miss horribly. This fellow is going to recover and make an attack at Sinestra. He rolls a 1.
He attacks himself, kills himself, and I never have to do anything.
So he goes charging at you. He leaps up and you just step aside and he falls to the ground. His face slams into a rock. He takes 2 points of damage as the rock cracks against his teeth.
Oh boy.
Let's see, and then that's going to bring us.
Facepalm? Just like look at it and go, oh my god.
That brings us to Caladwin's turn. We are going to have him. He's going to attack with his Eldritch Blast. One of them's going to hit. So he turns around to the one behind him and just lets loose a shiny, sparkly, radiant-looking blast of Eldritch energy, slamming into the poor bastard. It's just barely managing to get himself back up on his feet. It turns to him and goes, "Bleh!" Now, the attention thoroughly focused on that bastard. That brings us to your turn, Sinestra.
Okay. Honestly, I don't even care to throw Eldritch Blast at this thing. I've just seen it dive bomb into the dirt. I'm just gonna punch it with my dagger fists.
All right.
Yeah.
Strap on your spiked fist wraps.
I need to figure out what my attack roll was though. I don't remember why.
It's 1d20 plus 6.
Got it. Thanks. I'll just
Oh yeah, that's gonna hit.
yeah. And then I need to figure out what the actual
1d6
damages.
plus 3.
Thank you.
5
8
points of
damage.
damage.
8 damage. I didn't add the plus 3
Oh,
because I was
8
too
damage.
lazy to. I
Nice.
just
All right.
clicked the 1d6.
All right. So just getting up, you just put you strap on your spike gauntlet. I'm gonna get it set. You're not really too worried about seeing this thing just bite a fucking rock. You're not too concerned with it. You just bring your fist on, you smash it in the back of his fucking head, burying it back down to the ground. It's like, there's a bit of blood and viscera that's now clinging to the back of your fist.
I'm gonna shake it off. Like, what a waste.
Let's see here. That brings us
Man.
to.
I heard undead. I was like, we're gonna fight a white. We're gonna have some monster ogre thing coming at us. Like, I was ready, and then these guys just disappointed.
Bunch of ghouls come stumbling out of a crypt.
Fucking A. I feel like
These rat bastards, how dare they?
yeah, I feel like I've been gypped. Like,
How dare they?
what I'm saying is like Sinestro was like ready to go, like ready to.
He's ready to fight
eat.
the ultimate
Yeah.
battle here.
Yeah,
Instead, he's got
And-
himself dealing with this crap.
I gotta deal with this crap.
Horizons. Good show. Allow me.
Good show. This is like the Paralympics.
Yes, well, firebolt. Let's see here. I'm just gonna type it in here. Guess is firebolt.
Who's he firebolting?
The one that you just punched in the back of the head.
Oh my
So
God.
is it stuck on the ground? You cast firebolt at it, and it goes. Screams his pain and flames just cover its body. It twitches a couple times before it just stops moving altogether.
Wonderful.
That poor fucker is the dead.
He probably could have slapped it with his staff.
Oh man. Anyway. Let's see here. That brings us to this guy here who comes stumbling out, and he's gonna run forward and attack this holy looking guy here. And he's going to miss because I'm rolling terrible tonight. That brings us back to Zerio's turn. That's gonna hit. He does damage. 13 points, and he's gonna slash at this fucker right up here. We're gonna do another attack because he's not dead yet. That's gonna hit too. Easily enough. He turns toward the one that's charging, running at you guys, coming out of these crypts, and just goes and whips his swords back and forth as the stupid thing tries to stumble its way past it, and it just collapses into a pile of charred and rotting remains. That poor thing doth be dead. Let's see, that brings us to Sandor. It's your turn, good sir.
I'm gonna meander through the remains and poke this. plus what's my attack again? 8. So
Yep, that hits.
and because I can, that would be a 9.
Oh, the 9 misses. So you're gonna do 15 damage to the poor bastard. Let's see. Math is hard. All right, that guy's down low. All right, he's looking
You
pretty
got
bad
it.
after you carving into him. That brings us down to Sinestro. It's your turn.
Oh, what a wonderful thing.
What a wonderful day.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can have a little fun. Which one has been hit the least?
It's probably gonna be this one over here.
That one. All right, Witch Bolt. Here we go.
All right, go for it.
So it's just whatever plus 8.
You need to roll. Is this a save against them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it.
Witch bolt. Where the fuck is the spell at? There it is. No, you need to make an attack roll. So you
This-
do 1d20 plus 8. Okay, yeah, that's gonna hit. So 1d12.
These guys are pathetic. 1d12. Just gonna
Your
let everyone.
damage is pathetic.
No. I'm toying with them at this point. I just want this witch bolt to last as long as fucking possible.
So as you turn around, you catch your witch bolt out. It just lashes against the creature and it convulses on the ground. Because you did a critical, you did do 4 points of lightning damage against it. However,
Yeah.
it is not dead yet.
I'm gonna tell everyone else. Don't touch this one. This one's mine.
It's, okay. He's going to use a disengage action and just move away from it. Let's see. The other one that Thalon smashed one, Orzol's going to turn around and go smash it. Well, there's still another one. Firebolt. Yeah, that easily kills it. So the one that Sandor just buried his sword into, as he's yanking the blade out of Firebolt, catches it in the chest. So between the motion of you yanking the blade out of it and the Firebolt hitting it, it just goes slumping and slams against the wall behind you guys, collapsing into a pile of burning flesh. Let's see. This one's going to use half its movement to get up, and then it's going to come charging at you because you have your Witch Bolt in it. Plus, no, that's not going to hit you.
I'm just gonna start cackling maniacally.
All right. Roll your d12 damage again. So as you're laughing at it, the lightning lashes across its body and it just falls into smoking remains at your feet.
Only one. Oh, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, they weren't too strong.
Are they all dead?
Yep, all of those ghouls that came running out at you are dead.
I'm going in the crypt.
I'm gonna let them lead the way, but yeah, I'm following.
We should be careful. It is still a crypt.
Do I see anything?
As you go fumbling around in the crypt, you hear a otherworldly, ghastly voice. Who's there? Why do you disturb us?
Just looking for a key.
Is it a language that only I can understand or they can?
It's in Dwarvish.
I'm looking for a key.
Key to where?
Can I describe the building? Because I don't remember what it looks like.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I described the building because currently I do not remember what it looks like. Insert details here.
Insert details here.
Key to insert details.
Key to insert details here. The palace! You are not worthy. And as you are saying this, a ghost comes flying out at you and attacks. Oh man. Seeing it coming though, you manage to sidestep aside as it just kind of tries to pass through you. As you are doing so, 3 more ghosts appear out of the tombs nearby.
Oh, wonderful.
Intruders! Spies! Get out! We'll use the previous initiative order for you guys. I'm going to roll initiative for these guys.
I'm glad I used all my spells already. I really am just, like, super glad. It's gonna make this so much more fun when I get raffle stopped. I'm gonna.
They
press
all
my
rolled the
O
same
skip button
fucking
and
thing.
disguise myself as a rock.
All right.
I'm joking.
Disguising yourself as a rock. Good job.
I have Eldritch Invocation. I could totally shapeshift. Like it's a full on shapeshifting.
So with that, Zio comes walking in. What the fuck did they just say? As he's running up toward one of them.
I'll tell you afterwards.
So we're killing him then. All right, killing him with this. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's enough to hit. Because this is now a new attack. He gets to ambush this fucking thing. He swings his sword out. The sword itself appears to be biting home at it, though the flames don't really seem to bother the creature too much. So it's taking half damage from fire damage. She turns and goes, "Resistant to fire!" So this one here.
The bane of half our party.
Yeah, right? So this one's down to 30.
Oh,
Let's see here. Sandor, it's now your turn, good sir.
Well, if they're fairly strong against fire, I'm just gonna cast Gamma Protection from Evil and Good on myself.
Alright, so you're going to use your turn to cast protection from good and evil. Got it.
And I am now protected against undead.
Woohoo! They have a disadvantage against attack rolls against you. Well done, good sir. Well done. With that, let's see here. It's Kaladwin's turn. Also, you went and you woke the dead. Nicely done, gentlemen. Nicely done.
I think they were already awake.
They were definitely already awake.
Details. Let's see here. This guy has, for his warlock spells, nothing that can do anything there.
I'm not getting to sleep because of y'all. Y'all not gonna get to sleep because of me. That's all I can fucking think of.
Oh man, this guy's gonna roll his Eldritch Blast attack. They actually both hit. And that one, so 20 points of force damage against the one that Zirio was attacking, because that's the only one he can see currently in front of him. Let me see here. Sinestro, you notice that the force damage of the Eldritch Blast appears to do quite a bit of damage to these poor bastards.
Oh, wonderful.
So at least that's effective.
Which
With that, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, which ones have they been attacking? Like, I assume Ziria is attacking this one.
This one here is the only one that's taken damage so far.
Oh, okay.
This
Can I-
creature.
Wait, never mind. I was gonna say I have the best idea ever, but I'm not gonna tell you.
This one's going to fly forward, and he's going to attempt to possess you, Sandor, seeing as you're a dwarf and it's a dwarven ghost. It wants a dwarven body. It attempts to reach out and tries to reach into you with its hands. As it does so, the protection spell that you had just enacted upon yourself flares to life, and there's a barrier of shimmering white energy just flashes. It recoils in pain. And that is that creature's turn. And that brings us to Orzol's turn. Yes. What the place? Does he have anything that can?
No, he has blazes. That's it.
Everything is fire. Yes. Well, I have an idea. And he walks forward, pats Clavin on the shoulder, points toward the corner of a tube, and goes, "Fireball." It's good to cast. Fireball. He's gonna cast it. Let's see here. I need to get my ruler out.
Where is he casting it?
Let's see. He's gonna cast it. Hit this corner here, which means it's gonna hit. Oh, he's got Evocation Mastery. That's right.
Yeah.
So as he casts a spell, he mutters a chant, and as he's muttering a spell, here, Sandor, Sinestra, and Zirio, each of you hear him briefly mutter your names as he's going through the incantation before letting loose a small fiery pearl of energy. So Dash rushes forward and slams into the side of the tomb here. I need to. These guys have got. Nope, fails.
Am I about to do a Khaleesi?
Let's see, that one succeeds. That one fails. So he's going to roll 8d6. So, damn, that's pretty fucking good. Okay, so as he lets loose the fireball, while the flames don't do the full force of damage that he was hoping for them to do. Oh, let me actually double check and make sure I'm reading his. I don't think it makes it do any extra damage against things with evocation focus. No, he has to have a different feat to make it do more. Okay. So the damage is half from that, but that is enough to destroy these poor ghosts that Zirio and Kalabin had slammed into. So this creature here, as the flames rush over its body, they consume it, and then with a ghastly wail of "Ah, no!" it just fades away into nothingness. This poor bastard back here, the flames lash across his body. It doesn't seem too concerned with the fire damage, but it has taken some damage. The one that attempted to possess you, Sandor, is also smashed by the flames. Again, it doesn't seem too concerned, though it has done some noticeable damage. Its corporeal form has diminished slightly. With that, it is Sinestra, your turn.
Mm-hmm. Is this like a full wall or is this half cover?
Those are crypts and tombs. They're maybe 8 foot tall. Currently, that particular ghost, it's like on the roof of it. You could, I would say, from where it's at, it probably has about half cover or so because it's behind the peak of the roof. You can definitely see it, but you can't see its entire form.
Got it. Alright, well, I'm gonna take a little tiny step back. And I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast. Oh, bam! And I'm just gonna roll the second one.
First one hits. The second one, because of where it's at, positioned around the building, it flies wide.
Oh, this one?
Oh, you're hitting that one? Oh, okay, yeah. No, they both hit that.
Yeah.
I thought you were aiming
Okay.
for the one up on the roof.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, oh,
15
damage.
damage. As Yell just blast slams into it, it recoils in pain and turns and focuses attention on you.
come get me, bitch.
Let's see here.
This is more like it. Those other guys were a waste of time.
This ghost, seeing as its possession as the possession of its previous one failed, comes flying back toward you. Yeah, Sandor. And he has to roll disadvantage because you have protection on yourself. Bum. Okay, yeah, no, that still misses. It attempts to rake its claws against you. Seeing it coming, you raise your shield up, and the claws just screech across the metal. It's an odd feeling. It's almost as if like Jello or the wind is, or like a wave is pushing against you. It's not quite there, but you still feel something pushing against you. At that, seeing its attempt to fail, it turns and screams in the direction of everybody around it. Let's see. Yes.
Did it
Yes.
just pull the dead on us?
Cover. So I need Sander, Zerial, and Sinestra to make a wisdom save.
+1, 17.
Oh, sorry, wrong
Where's
wrong die.
Would have been a beautiful roll too.
Would have been great. I mean, it's still just as good. So
+3? Oh, he fails. So as it screams at you, the three of you lets out a horrifying wail in your direction. It's nightmarish visage. Doesn't really seem to bother you guys. However, Zero, turning around and seeing this creature, is not too fond of it. So, turns and just GTFO. He's gonna have to GTFO on his turn. This particular ghost here comes flying forward toward you, Sinestra, and he's going to make an attack at you. Yeah, that's gonna hit. As his spectral claws come raking across your chest, you are going to take some damage. I need my d6s. So you're taking 13 necrotic damage, Sinestra. Because you have resistance to necrotic, we're going to round that down to 7 necrotic damage. As his spectral claws reach into your chest and just rake across.
these guys are literally like, I'm their worst enemy.
Yeah, you're pretty well set for these things.
Yeah. Everyone else, fire.
So after doing that, it's then going to fly back. As it's trying to move away from you, you do get an attack of opportunity against it if you'd like
I'm
to do so.
fucking it up.
Swing at it.
I'm gonna swing at it big time. I forgot what my roll was.
It's 1d20 plus 6.
Why do I know that? How am I supposed to know that?
So if you look at your attacks on your sheet, you got two hit DC. You're always rolling a d20
Oh.
to hit, and you're adding 6 to
There
it
we go.
when you hit.
There we go.
So as it flies away, you go to swing at it, and you feel as though you're making contact, and then your hand just passes through it harmlessly, doing no damage.
What?
Your non-magical weapon fails to find purchase on its ethereal form.
Motherfucker. I'm gonna box this motherfucker out.
Let's see. With that, you guys already killed that poor asshole, so he doesn't get a turn. That brings us back up to Zerio's turn. He is currently frightened from this asshole here. So he needs to. Wait for 1 minute.
He's got to go this way, yeah.
I have to make sure if there's not a specific distance from it. So now he needs to make another DC. He needs to make another saving throw. Oh yeah, succeeds that time. He shakes it off of him. A little wary of being too close to these things at this point now. He lets go of the flaming scimitars in his hand, and they just vanish into wisps of smoke. And the same motion brings his hand up, runs it over the gem of air across his bracer, pulling forth a bow. As he's making the motion of drawing back an arrow, the longbow of air appears in his hands, and he's going to make his attack roll against one of these bastards. That's going to hit. And they are. He lets loose the arrow of pure lightning energy and rips into the creature. Unfortunately, the lightning damage doesn't appear to have the same effect. It kind of fizzles out as the energy reaches the creature. So it takes less damage from that. However, that creature now has some damage on it. Okay. That brings us to Sandor. It's your turn, good sir.
Oh, wonderful. Well, as physical weapons don't work, fire doesn't seem to work very well. I'm gonna cast Booming Blade on this guy.
Which one?
That
Okay.
one. +8, 10.
So you need to make an attack roll against this thing. So 10's for your
Yeah.
attack roll. You go to swing at it, it just steps aside. The Booming Blade spell you've cast is not gone yet. It's still, manifested. Or no, this is a cantrip. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, you draw your sword, surround it with a thunderous energy, calling forth the Booming Blade. You attempt to swing at it as you do so. The concussive force of the blade fades away as your swing goes wide.
And that's my turn.
Alrighty. That brings us down to Kaladwin. Let's see here. I need you to. He's going to move. Sorry, he's going to move forward. Try and get himself so we can see things. And doing so, he now has to make a DC check. What's his wisdom modifier? Oh, he's got a nice wisdom modifier. Oh yeah, easily succeeds. Seeing the creature come flying and attack you, Sinestro, then attempt to back away, he's going to roll to unleash his Eldritch Blast at the poor creature. One of them's going to hit. Oh shit, I clicked the wrong button. It doesn't work if you click the wrong button. So 11 points of force damage slams into the bastard. Guy's down to. Okay. No, I did that wrong. This guy's down to 6. That other guy over there should be. Okay. Math is hard, guys. Let's see. His turn. That brings us to the ghost, who is going to come flying over here and take a swing at you, Sinestro. Actually, no. Make a charisma save.
Charisma save.
Yep.
What am I supposed to do with my charisma?
Sinestro is now possessed.
All right.
He's going to turn around, Seeing where Zirio and Kaladvin are currently, back up a step so that he's within range of the two of them, and he's going to cast Acid Splash on them. They need to make dex saves. Let's
I
see.
don't think I can I? Oh, never mind, I can.
Yeah, it's a cantrip. His dex save adds 8 to it. This guy's got a stupid high dex save. Yeah, he easily steps out of the way of it. And then Kaladwin's is. This guy's got a decent dex save too. All right. So you feel this presence invading your mind and taking control of you. You try to resist and fight against it. You hear an ethereal cackling and laughing as you find yourself unable to stop raising your arm and hurl a splash of acidic energy toward your companions. And thankfully, they see your gesture coming and step aside, and the acid splashes harmlessly onto the stone floor. It's now Orzo's turn. He's going to turn to, what are you doing, Sinestro? See here. He doesn't have anything but firebolts to go. Orzo. How many spells does you have left, Orzo? Seeing shit going south again, he's going to mutter the incantation for Fireball once more. Designating you guys as being non-combatant targets so you are not hit by it. And I need these ghosts to make dex saves. Fails. Succeeds. Fails. 30 more points of fire damage go blasting out into the room. Okay. So that does damage to those two over there. The ghost that's currently possessing Sinestro has entered his body and is not privy to the attack. And as he has designated you as being a non-combatant, that means you are not going to be hit by it. The ghost that has been combatant Thalon evaporates into flames cover its body. And one in the back of the room is still alive, though none too happy about the fact that it is currently dealt some fiery damage. That creature is going to then, seeing that one possess its buddy, is going to fly toward and attempt to possess Orzol. Who fails? Oh, let's see. Orzol has exhausted that spell, so he's done with those. He is, however, going to turn and attempt to cast Scorching Ray at Kaladwin, who is his closest target. Uh, 14 plus 9 brings us to you're going to hit for at least one of them. Oh, I gotta roll this 3 times. That one's gonna hit, and that one's a natural 20. So the first one is 3 points of fire damage. So we're at 7 points of fire damage, and this last one's the crit. That brings us to 12. So 19 points of fire damage dealt to Kaladwin as Orzol turns around and lets loose a Scorching Ray in his direction. Okay. That brings us back to Zirio's turn. All right. Let's see here. Well, seeing as the only ghosts remaining are currently possessing the two of you guys,
Zero's gonna kill us both.
um, I don't know what the hell to do. What do we do? Just asking those around him. Sandor, I think you guys can actually all answer him. Possess a target. Doesn't. There's no, as you guys are all aware, no, you just can't answer. So Sandor and Kaladin are able to answer him. Ba-ba-bum. I don't think he's got anything that can.
I gotta tell you right now, I'm kind of enjoying this. Like, Sinestra is enjoying this. Like, let's see what happens.
Do we just beat the ghost out of him? Kaladin shrugs. Sandor, do you have anything to add to this?
Do I have to roll for it?
Um,
Because I honestly wouldn't know.
you can attempt to do a religion check if you want. You have no fucking clue.
Beat the hell out of him. Maybe that'll.
We're going to have Kaladin roll. We have to beat the Sid from him. Beat him down.
Beat the Sid from him. Jesus Christ, just turned into the Deep South Catholic Church.
With that, Zero lets loose the bow, calls forth the flaming swords once again, sighs and marches up to you, Sinestra, and goes, "This is gonna hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt me."
Fuck me. Please don't kill me.
Oh, that was 10. He's gonna miss.
Oh, well,
See,
he rolled
2
a
nat
1.
ones.
He
2
rolled
misses.
2 nat ones. He should actually hurt himself.
He
And
can't bring himself to hurt his friend, so he pulls his punches and the ghost holding your body. Just kind of, it's mine now, and steps you aside out of the way of his blows. Sandor, it's your turn, good sir.
Okay. Do 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 do. 18.
That's gonna hit his AC.
fuck me. Now, how much damage are you gonna do? 94 damage? Oh my god! Okay.
So you take 8 points of damage, Sinestra.
You guys are really ridiculous right now.
Okay. Do I want to make an unarmed attack or do I want to poke him again with my sword? Decisions.
I can tell you right now, you kill me, I will haunt you and possess you, and no one will know.
I'm gonna put my sword away and punch him in the balls.
I like it. Fucking nat 20.
So is this like you're gonna restrain me on this one, or?
So he takes his fist, puts the sword away, and ramps right into your nuts. You take 2 points of damage as his fist clashes into your balls. The shock of this attack, I will say, will allow
One
you
for
to.
each nut.
The shock of the attack of getting a full force dwarven fist slammed into your balls, I'm gonna say, will allow you to attempt to make another check to resist the possession.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna try. Oh, what is it?
It's a charisma check.
Got it. We're out. I'm
Oh
done.
yeah, easy. This is just, oh, what the fuck? Cough up a little bit of blood as you spit and you're dry heaving. The ghost is forcefully ejected from your body. And it seems a little confused and perturbed by the fact that for some reason it's not able to hold control over you anymore. Kaladin, seeing his opportunity,
Gonna punch more someone in
and the only reason why I'm saying that happens is because he rolled a nat 20 on it. Well, That's how it works. He's gonna cover his hands with his divine energy. Oh, I didn't want Cure Wounds. I wanted fucking Eldritch Blast. Oh. His- the radiant energy of Lathander coats his hands and turns and hurls the blast of energy toward the ghost that's just been forcefully ejected from Sinestro. It's the radiant force energy slams into the spectral form of the creature. It roils and rears, recoiling in fucking pain. Not happy at all by the upset that just happened.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
I've never seen that happen before.
Oh man.
God, I'm like actually like tears.
With that, this ghost, having been smashed by the radiant energy, is going to fly forward and attempt to possess Gladwin now. Oh wait, I gotta roll to see if he gets his possession recharged. He does not. Bummer. So he's
Oh.
going to
just got a bunch of nut punches every.
run forward and make an attack on him.
Oh fuck me.
Oh man, that's gonna hit him.
I'm gonna be right back. I need to get
He's 12 points of necrotic damage from Gladwin. Oh man. And then this guy is going to use his horrifying visage again, so everyone needs to make a wisdom save. I think +5 is Gladwin.
I have 3.
You got a 3? Yeah. Oh no. You are frightened. You are afraid of the creature, as is Gladwin. Let's see. He this guy does. What's his wisdom modifier? This guy's got a 3 for his wisdom modifier. He's frightened. So Gladwin and Zero are both frightened from this thing. And technically Orzol has to make a save too. You know what? The ghost possessing Orzol is going to make him willingly fail the save. So that goes down to Sinestra. Is Sinestra back yet?
I don't think so.
I'm here.
Hello.
I'm back. Oh my god. I'm still laughing.
All right. So you need to make a wisdom save.
A wisdom save.
Yep.
Oh god, okay. Got it. We're good.
You fail. All right. So
you know what? Honestly, I can't even move. My nuts have just been fucking like crit roll punched. I'm on the ground. Like it doesn't even matter to me right now.
all right. So you have to run in fear from the one ghost here, this guy here, because you are frightened. So you need to run.
Can I shuffle away in fear? Because I'm prone on the ground. Like
I'm gonna
in
say,
pain.
yeah, your movement is reduced to half. So you go back to. Let me grab my fucking movie thing here. Wrong guy. You're going to move back to this far, and then make another save.
Same one.
Yep. There you go. You shake off it. You shake it off. You're good.
I'm not shaking this off for a while.
Your nuts have been crushed, but you've shaken off the fear. With that, Orzol has to do the same thing. He's going to run down this way. The ghost is going to again willingly fail the save.
What's the point of him?
What's that?
Never mind. I'm just thinking, in my own head. Sorry.
That brings us up to Zero, and he failed the save, so he needs to make a run down this way. Succeeds that time. He's going to again drop his swords, draw his bow out, and shoot an arrow at this fucker. That's going to be enough to hit. Lightning damage is reduced to half. He's going to draw another arrow, fire again at the fucker. With that, as the arrow slams into the creature, it disappears in a wisp of smoke. I curse you! As he fades away. The creature is now dead. So that, actually, you have protection on you, Sandor. From good and evil.
Yeah.
Which means you didn't get frightened. You didn't have to make a save. Never mind. You're fine.
Oh, okay. Well, then just move me back to the ground.
No. Sandor, not Sinestra.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
gonna say I don't. I like.
So on that, Sandor, as you see everyone running through and you notice that it doesn't take hold of you, you think to yourself, your protection is protecting you. It's preventing them from casting these spells on you, and it was unable to possess you while the spell was affecting you. This might maybe help your companions.
So it's my turn.
Yes, it's your turn now.
Okay. Da.
You prompted him too hard, Nez.
Yes, I did. But
you just want him to live. You want Orzal to live through this. But I'm gonna kill him.
I mean, it would have definitely occurred to Sandor at this point, after seeing this happen and not affect him 3 or 4 times now, that the spells he cast upon himself are preventing anything that these guys are doing from doing anything to them.
I mean, I was planning on punching Orzal in the balls, but I don't know if
You
he'd
should do
survive
that.
from that.
No, you should
And
actually.
it's up to you. You can smash him in the balls. It's your action.
Now, he's an old man. I might actually kill him.
He doesn't need them anymore. Just do it.
He doesn't need them anymore.
I'm gonna cast protection from evil and good on Orzal.
All right. As you cast the spell, the ghost inside of it immediately is shunted out of the body and recoils, howling in pain. I want you to roll a 1d10. So as you cast the spell, the creature, this ghost, is going to take 5 radiant damage. As it is shunted from the body. It is, however, going to immediately make an attack action against you. It rolled a 1, so it did not work. And I need you now to roll wisdom save.
My wisdom's +1, so 9.
Nope. You have to run in fear. You only go that far back because you use so much of your movement. But you are now frightened as you are no longer protected by your spell. Let's see here. That brings us to Kaladwin, who failed his save and has to... Actually, no, that creature's dead now, so he doesn't have to worry about it anymore. That effect is gone. He does, however, have to make a new one against the creature that just tried to do it. Yeah, he easily saves that. He's going to Eldritch Blast the fucker. Get a nat 20.
Jesus Christ.
Uh, Only the 2 gets doubled on that, unfortunately. So that brings it to 9 damage. Both of them hit. That one fucking did heavy damage. He turns and lets loose a Radiant Eldritch Blast and slams into the creature as it comes out of Orzal. As it screams and howls in agony and disappears into the wind, fading away.
I'm just practicing breathing exercises to try to get my nuts to drop again.
With that, the effects of the ghosts have faded. They are all dead now. Yes, but what happens? Why are you on the floor? Orzal inquires of Sinestra as he's on the floor, doing breathing
I'm-
exercises.
not even gonna bother answering. I'm just gonna continue with my breathing exercises.
Yeah, he'll be okay. They'll drop again.
They'll drop. What drops?
I'm just gonna stare directly at you.
Sando punched him in the balls. Cut the ghost out of him, though. So everyone here is looking a little worse from the wear. Kalaba is going to raise his staff to Lathander in the air and through it cast Mass Cure Wounds. And so you guys are all going to recover some health. You're all going to heal 24.
Oh, my balls dropped again. God.
Oh, well, that was fun.
I've just secretly made it my mission in life to sack tap him every time I can. Like,
He is coated in full plate armor at this point, by the way.
Like, I mean, is he gonna be out of it at any point? Like,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
Probably
gonna
at some
remember.
point when you guys
It's
rested
all-
in or something.
I'm not gonna try to do it when he's got his armor on. I'm just gonna.
To take a full plate armored fist to the sack.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got a strength score of 20, so man, it's gonna fucking hurt.
Oh. I'm surprised I only took 2 damage and not like fucking 40. Oh.
So
I
the
mean,
ghosts
technically,
were-
you should have taken the full 6 damage, but from the way that Sandor said it, he was pulling his punch.
that's the worst, dude. When you like, when it only taps it, it's worse than when you're just like a full-on punch.
But even with that, I mean, the force of his hit would have been enough to lift you off the fucking ground.
Oh, that's a ball buster. Like actual ball buster.
Like,
Oh,
it just fucking hurts to think about.
punch and it's like over 150 pounds of just airborne nut pain.
And when we get back to town, you can ask Lacuna to build you a nut cut.
She's already gonna do.
If only she made it sooner.
Fucking perfect.
Oh man, that's great.
I would have had like an athlete's crotch. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm slowly recovering mentally. Oh,
The ghost, when we came in here, said that the place that you're all trying to get to is something called a palace, so might want to check out these.
You guys go on ahead.
ow.
All right, so you guys need to roll a general investigation or investigation check for this.
My investigation is +6.
You fucking hey, Jesus Christ, dude. So rummaging around through the scripts, you find several idols.
My
Little miniature.
investigation check is +0, but
Yeah, but you got a nat fucking 20. So
yeah.
rummaging around, looking
While
at these.
holding his balls.
Yeah, while he's holding his balls. So he's right down there at level for to see the crypts because he's just hunched over, nursing his nutsack right now.
I'm walking around like a person who just got off riding a horse for 10 years.
While you're holding your nuts, Zirio walks up to you with a flick of his wrist. A dagger made of pure ice appears in it, and he hands it up to you. Maybe put that against him.
Thanks.
Do I see this?
Yeah.
Don't cut them off now.
I'm gonna wrap the dagger in the bottom part of my shirt, and then just. I'm still soaking wet, by the way. Like.
Oh yeah, you are.
So I'm just gonna put the dagger in there, and it's gonna be great.
It's just gonna freeze to you. I mean, it's magical ice. So until he releases the effect of the spell, it
That's
maintains.
perfect. That's the best. Oh my god, thank you.
He pats you on the shoulders. Hope you feel better.
Next time, stop him.
I don't know if I want to be on the receiving end of that fist. I might just let it go. It looked like it hurt.
If you stop him next time, I'll stop him from doing it to you.
It sounds like a deal. Alright, so rummaging around, looking at these tombs, you guys, between the two of you, you find probably about 12 or so little idols to various dwarven gods and deities. You know, they might be worth 5 or 10 gold or so a piece if you find someone willing to buy them, but they're basically to you, Sandor, you would recognize them as just they'd be like a sacred relic. It's sacrilege to disturb and take these from the tombs.
Okay.
It's up to you if you want to take them or not, but they're there. As you are looking about the crypt, you do find, and we're gonna just go rummaging back here in the far back corner of this. You guys, between the two of you guys, both find at the same time. There is a small stone altar that looks to be as if it was made for the king or whoever would have at one point been the king of this place.
I'm gonna kick in the balls.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna kick the altar in the balls.
It's a stone altar.
Is it a statue or just like an actual, just a stone alt, like a
It's just a
block?
stone altar. There's a miniature throne with it's broken, but you assume it may have at one point been like the symbol for this kingdom. There's enough of it remaining for you to identify this as being Sandor, rather. This you would have recognized this as being the Belsimer dwarves, an old empire of dwarves called the Belsimers.
Was there enough room to sit down?
No, the little stone throne is fairly small. It's not big enough for you to go
Damn it.
plop your ass down in it.
Oh.
Is there a rock nearby that's big enough?
I mean, there's plenty of rocks and debris around here if you wanted to sit happy ass down on one of them.
I'm gonna keep looking. I'm gonna keep looking.
I'm gonna go look at the other side.
You do find among all of these fun little things of looking around, there are references to an old hall. It's broken up. It's in Dwarvish, so you'd understand it, Sandor. You'd be able to read it, and there's pieces of it missing. But from what you can gather, um, it's it says in Dwarvish that the orcs fall in the Hall of the Hunt. Some sort of riddle alluding to something from what you gather, but that's all you know. That's all you can gather at this point. If you want, you could attempt to roll a history check to try and dig up something about this or try and make a connection. But
Oh, why not? My history's +3, so 18.
all right. As you recall, digging through your mind and your memories about these things, the king of these, King Belsimer, Thorhild Flametongue, was known and renowned for carrying around a magical axe that he dubbed the Orc Splitter.
Interesting.
So, if you want to make a note of it somewhere for yourself,
I'd-
what you gathered was, again, the orcs fall at the Hall of the Hunt.
I'll make a note.
You do also find, while rummaging around here, there is, coated in a fine layer of dust, a key of solid marble sitting at
I'm gonna take it.
the foot of this the throne.
I'm gonna take it.
All right.
And I'm gonna kind of march back over here. And I'll hold up the key.
So you hold the key up, Zero takes the other key out. Um, they're roughly the same design, though yours is made of stone and marble. The one he's holding is made of iron. Might work.
Only one way to find out.
True enough.
Though, kind of glancing over my shoulder to see if I can see him, Sinestro. Might want to have a few minutes to rest for,
Oh.
Yeah, as you're doing that, still nursing your balls, comes in and goes, I have something that might help if you want to, if you want to give it a shot.
Please just don't shoot them.
He takes his staff and lightly taps against your nuts with it. Doing so, casting lesser restoration. Whatever he does knocks your balls loose as they fall back into place.
Oh my god. I have lesser restoration. Oh, hold on. What did you just do?
I asked the Thunder to spare your balls.
I might try the same, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cast lesser restoration.
I want to take that knife out first.
No, I mean the knife is like wrapped in cloth, so it's fine.
Do you have lesser restoration? Oh, you
I
do.
Yeah.
Your celestial legacy. That's right. Well,
Oh.
you have successfully restored your balls.
So much better. That feels so much better. Okay, I'm good now. I'm gonna be wary of plate covered gloves from.
Oh, just
from
imagine if I
Tiny.
took the play gloves from the other chick. She had once it increased her fist attack.
Oh, she would be the Mega Fister. Oh.
Oh, that's right. I forgot she had the weighted gauntlets. She kept a hold of those though.
I'm just happy you don't have my gauntlets.
Oh man. Oh, you missed that last time. So while they're looking around, they found a suit of dwarven plate mail armor, which Sandor is now wearing at this point.
Yeah.
They found a ring of or band of insight that Orzal is wearing and increases his intelligence by 1. And they found a ring of air elemental commanding that Sandor is currently also wearing.
Nice.
In addition to that, they found weighted adamantium gauntlets. So the
Are they
gauntlets,
spiked?
they've got adamantium studs on their knuckles. However,
Oh.
while you are wearing these, you are unable to cast spells.
Oh.
They do make your unarmed attacks do 1d10 plus your strength modifier and damage, but
Oh. Okay. That's the same as all my spells. So.
but you cannot. And I mean, they're attacking with your strength modifier, so your whatever your strength modifier is would be your attack roll for it,
Yeah.
which would be
Yeah.
+2.
Yeah.
And it takes an action to put them on or take them off. So
I'm gonna when we get up to like a weak enemy or something I feel like is weak, I'm just gonna be like take my time and put these gloves on and just start punching shit.
do you want the gloves then?
No, I mean they have them. I don't know they have them. So
Yeah, I mean they already left. Sandor acquired the ring and the armor from those guys as they were leaving. So it's something to keep in mind.
yeah, if we head back to town and they mention it, maybe I'll snag them. But they're gone already. So
Yeah. All right. So at this point, you guys have thoroughly searched the crypt. Aside from the various idols to dwarven deities in here and the key and a little bit of riddle you found, that's all that's in this crypt.
I'll leave the idols behind.
So we found the key.
So
Yeah, you guys found it on the that altar.
Sorry, I was
root
too
from the
busy
king.
nursing my nuts. All right, well, let's go head back. Although I do want to take a break. Uh, I need to make sure that they're still there and that I didn't just cure them away.
Take a moment to make sure your nuts are still in there.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go back into our little restroom. I don't think this is the restroom. This is.
Speaking of which, do I recognize this dwarfen statue by chance?
It's Moradin.
Oh.
He's holding the what you would recognize as the Soul Forger. It's the iconic hammer that Moradin's always carrying around with him in all the dwarven iconography. The hammer that's used to forge souls, and at the head of the hammer is glowing softly with a faint light, illuminating
Alright.
the square.
I'll nod my hand. I'll nod my head to the statue and press forward.
I've checked. They're there. I come back out. Say, so who's the fat dwarf that owns this place?
You mean the king or the deity that watches over it?
Oh,
You just want to check out the palace, or you want to go check out the east here? We haven't been down the hot way yet. I think he points off to the east, which is over this way on the map.
yeah.
It's up to you guys, wherever you want to head off to.
What do you think, dwarf boy?
I think about it and I just kind of sit down and I cast Find Familiar.
All right. After a few minutes, a black raven appears in the hand of Sandor.
And I send it to the east.
Okay, you send your familiar flying off to the east. Are you using the familiar senses as you do so?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna move your token because I don't have a familiar token currently set up.
Okay.
So you fly off to the east. You can maintain control and send commands over 100 feet. So I'm going to use this tool here to check where you're at. Yeah, so you get about where you're at now currently, and you're able to currently send controls. You can tell it before it goes out of your range. You can tell it to do a simple action like fly to the halls or something like that if you want.
Fly to the north.
So it flies up to the north, peeks around for a bit. You get to take a look around. You just see various bits of rubble and the like. The bird itself, sensing your need to continue looking around, it will just fly circles around there if you want to take it around the plaza.
Will the enemies notice that I'm here, that the bird's here?
There are these Kenku, these raven people that are standing here. They're too occupied with searching the rubble for something. They're sifting through the rock. They pay your raven no heed as you're just flying through the hallways with it.
Or were these doors open at all, or were they closed?
No, the doors are all closed there. As you flap around, there's the worn image of a smiling dwarf on the face of a coin that's been stamped across the flagstone in the center of this, where you're currently at now. That's paving this plaza. An old sign bearing the same image hangs above this doorway that you are now currently in front of.
Okay. Alright, I'll come back to my senses.
Alright, as you do so, the raven comes flapping his happy ass back in your direction.
Well, there's quite a few bird people that way, but they seem to be looking for something.
Oh, well, we should find whatever they're looking for, and I start walking that way.
A bunch of closed doors too.
Alright, so you guys make your way off to the east.
Since it seems like you want to go that way. Yeah.
Any marching order here, or are you just stomping ahead?
I mean, I'm gonna let the big plate man go first so he could get punched in the balls. Any of these doors, like, do we need to be looking inside of this stuff?
I think we looted those places already.
Got it.
Yeah, the buildings around the plaza there, back behind where Mordred's statue is. You guys have
All
already.
right, which way, dwarf
I
boy?
I point to the north and say that's where all the Raven people are, and then I point to the south and go, they're also down that way too. It loops around.
Okay.
All right, I'm going north.
All right. So as you make your way up to the north around the hall here,
Can
Oh,
I
I see
fire
one.
a firebolt at the bird people?
yes, you may fire a firebolt at the bird people.
Yeah, +6, so 17.
As you approach the few around the corner kind of huddle around the corner. They start making noises like attempting to scare you away. Your 17 will definitely hit this poor creature.
Damn, son.
You let loose your firebolt and slams into the creature as it's trying to scurry its way around the corner. And it falls to the ground in a pile of smoking cinders. It smells like chicken.
Now I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
As you round the corner, there are several more of these bird people. They start
Eldritch Blast.
flooding around into the corner. You gonna Eldritch Blast one of them?
Oh, I'm Eldritch blasting both of them.
All right. Well, as you're so your Eldritch Blast, yes, you can hit multiple targets with it. Go ahead and hit them before they go
Boom.
hiding around the corner.
Boom.
One's gonna hit, the other's gonna miss.
Okay.
So you can decide which one you want to hit. I really don't care.
Ching. And I'm gonna hit this one since he's closer to getting around the corner.
All right. $11 points of damage. Eldritch Blast slams into him and causes him to kind of spin around and spiral as he flutters away around the corner. He's not dead. He's gotten away. So the one seeing you do that goes, and hides and runs around the corner itself.
Oh, I'm gonna follow as fast as I can.
One of them comes running up here and clambers to the door and clank, clank, smacks it open and runs into the hallway.
Oh, God, this one's right here.
As you guys are doing that, several other figures come running out of the hall that the one bird bastard ran into. So as he does that, he's going to run out from around the corner, and he's going to attempt to attack Sender as you are standing right there. He comes running out and jumps at you, swings his fist at you. You see around the back of your eyes it's coming, and it just bounces off your armor. He brings the other one forward and kind of run his fist into your chest, like knocking the air out of you. The plate armor harmlessly deflects the blow, and he kind of like shakes his fist, like nourishing the hit, like, oh, God damn it.
What the hell did you
Dumbass.
think was gonna happen?
What idiot punches male
And
armor?
he's, Intruders, get him! Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Are we
We got to
rolling
have some
initiative?
fun.
Yeah, you guys should probably roll initiative now.
Can I roll it
17.
twice? Fucking A.
No, you cannot roll
I'll be
twice.
back in
You
half
rolled a
an hour when
d10.
it's my turn.
You rolled a d10, Sin, so we need to roll again.
Oh, son of a bitch. You know what? No, I even if I rolled a d10, I feel like I should take that one and just own it. Yeah, I'll keep the one.
All right, you want to go last? That's fine.
It's fine. I'll be back in half an hour when it's my turn. Just let me know how much damage I take in the meantime.
I rolled a fucking one. All right. Yeah,
Did you roll a 1 too?
yeah. He gets +8, so he gets a 9 at least. But he rolled a 1.
He should go at the same time as me. We could be brothers in ones.
Brothers in ones. That guy rolled an 8. And then Orzol. I'll just roll here. Fuck it. Orzol rolled a 1.
Is it weird that I could lay down on my desk?
It's a big fucking desk, so no.
Like, you've
I
seen
mean,
it.
I assume
Yeah.
the bard does it all the time.
No, she's not allowed on the desk. Because she knocks shit over and messes with my keyboard.
Oh, so you finally enforced that, huh?
Yeah, she doesn't get on the desk anymore.
That's good.
She's also like 15 pounds.
Jesus Christ, that cat's put some fucking weight on.
I mean, she's growing. She's filling out. That's for sure.
Let's
Like,
see.
she has gotten bigger though. Her head is getting bigger, and that's like the. It used to be where she just looked really fat because her head was tiny, and now she's got her head's getting bigger. So now she's starting to like look like like her body matches the rest of her.
That's funny as shit.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. So now that we have our initiative rolled out here, Sander, you're gonna go first.
Okay, I'm gonna attack this stupid idiot.
Okay, turn around and smash his ass.
Why is he so dumb? He
It's your
punched
turn.
plate armor.
Go for it. That hits.
Oh, let me know if I kill him with either of these attacks.
Okay.
Yep.
So you need to roll for your second attack now. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna hit too.
It's gonna kill him. He's going dead.
He's not dead, but he's not too happy about you smashing his fucking head in either.
He shouldn't have fucking smashed his fist into a fucking mace.
He's nursing his fist. You smash your axe across his face. Ah! Step back. There's blood coursing and covering his body. Your sword slashes across his robes. Let's see here. That guy is. Let me do this real quick. I should have wrote these down. This guy. Went through and punched the numbers and all the things so I could have them there. Didn't write them down. Like a doofus.
Why you punch numbers, dude? That's like punching plate mail.
Sometimes you gotta punch a number. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. So next up is going to be one of these guys got a good number here. This guy here. He's going to let me get this numbers up here right. He's gonna come running up around the corner. Comes running out. Charging it next to you. Bum, bum, bum. He's going to use his guiding wind power, and he's going to take advantage on his attack. He pulls a dagger out and tries to stab it at you again. The dagger just harmlessly deflects off your plate mail armor. Doesn't do shit to you.
What a bunch of idiots.
Let's see.
I almost feel bad for trying to kill you guys now.
This guy comes running up to you. Same thing. Pulls a dagger out. Yeah, this time he takes a dagger, it finds a seam in your armor, and just slides it in there. It's cocked. You're going to take 6 points of piercing damage as the dagger slips between the seams of your armor. Let's see. That brings us then to the guys. We all rolled like really shit on initiative. This guy comes out. He can only get that far.
I've come to realize in the many years I've played D&D that initiative only matters when you don't have things to do. So like if you have food to eat, or if you have something to like drink, or if you're playing Peggle on the side,
Then you concern yourself with it, right?
it doesn't matter. Like,
All right, Sirio's going to roll a stealth check. So he's going to do one. Yes, there's a bunch of combat noise coming from around the corner here. So he's going to try and sneak his way in here, and he's going to come up here and quietly open this door. This guy here. As he opens the door, he finds himself face to face with a fellow in robes. So immediately spots his ass. So he abandons that and just dashes at his ass full charge, drawing his swords out as he does.
Zuriel, I'm so sorry. That guy's who dumb for you.
Yeah, he's gonna do that attack. That's gonna hit.
Is he blind?
The guy saw him, but he abandoned his stealth thing and just ran at him full fucking charge. He gets his extra ambush damage from the first attack of every combat initiation round, regardless if they see him or not. So it's pretty
How
fucking
did they
cool.
see him? He's fucking invisible.
He only rolled a 15 on his stealth.
He only rolled a 15. That's like enough to get past everyone in the party.
Just not these guys who are complete idiots.
The guy rolled
Apparently.
because he
He's
opened the
got hawk
door.
vision.
Because he opened the door, the guy got a perception check, and he rolled an 18 on his perception check.
Yeah, he's got fucking hawk eyes. Like
Um,
he's using familiar senses.
He's hacking. Kill him. 40 minus 30 minus 26 health left in that fucker. It's an attack. That's going to hit. So he's going to take another 11 points of damage. And then he'll use his bonus action to get one last attack in. That's definitely going to hit. Not dead yet, but he's not fucking looking too good. It's going to end his turn. That brings us here to Kaledwin, who is going to run down the hall here to see what the fuck's going on. He's going to cast his Eldritch Blasts out. They're both going to hit. He's going to do one at Hurricane Boy and one at the other guy that tried to stab you with a dagger.
Oh, I haven't looked at my
That's a
screen. How
long
many
list.
daggers are there? Oh, there's 3 of them now.
There's quite a bit of guys out here trying to stab him with a dagger.
Oh, I'm glad that I walked into this doorway and they can't get past him to get to me.
The Hurricane guy winces in pain as the Eldritch Blast catches him between the shoulder blades and knocks him forward just a bit. He manages to catch himself and stay on his feet, but he's not looking too happy about it. The other initiate dickhead here is going to take... Oh, he's fucking dead. Let's see. This guy here. Black. That guy dead.
God, there's like 5 of them on you.
They don't have much health, but they're like fucking ants, man.
I have the health to take it though.
Let's
Good.
see here.
I don't.
That brings us to the Kenku, who's going to, because you're standing right there next to him, Sinestro, he's going to pulls a short sword out, swings wildly at you, and fucking misses horribly. This one
He
here
sucks.
is going to come forward. Yes,
He's
mimicking
gonna
the
miss
voice
too.
of the other guy. Intruder! Pulls a short sword out, swings at you. This one's going to hit you.
Yeah, and it's gonna do 2 damage.
Let's see. It's going to do 8 damage.
Times 4. See, I was right.
So you take 8 piercing damage as the short sword runs into your side and he runs up behind you.
Asshole.
See, this guy here is going to come running up. He can't quite reach you. Actually, he's not going to go that far. He's going to go over here, around the corner, and he's going to pull a short bow out. And because you're at that range, he's disadvantaged.
He can suck on my.
He pulls his bow and shoots an arrow at you. You wince in pain and kind of like catch yourself as the short sword jams into your back. You fall forward just enough that the bow or the arrow from the short bow goes wide and it plinks off of your shield, Sandor, as it comes out of the hallway.
What was that?
It falls
This one's
harmless.
got flying sticks.
Let's see here.
I am now newly pissed off.
This guy's gonna come up and come out of the hall. This Kenku is going to attempt to shoot a short bow at Zuriel. That's going to hit him. How much damage does that do? D6 plus 3. He's taking 8 points of damage. Alrighty. And that brings us then to... Brings us to Orzal. What's going on? He comes
I can just.
down here. He sees the monk guy. He's looking quite in pain as he's being beat the fuck out of it, just hammered on by everybody. Firebolt. Such a fun voice to do. Shoots a fireball, catches the other, this flames coming. He kind of like runs around in circles and flails for a bit before falling to the ground in a smoldering heap.
Hey, look, his bandana caught on fire.
His body's twitching a little bit. From down the hall, you hear a Kenku come. Or you hear the same voice go. Some of these raven people come running up into view, basically mimicking his death cries. They're going to take
This is
short bows out.
wonderful.
Going to fire at you, Sinestro, or sorry, Sandor. Flies at
I was
you.
like, there ain't no way nobody
No.
else is firing at me.
You're in the hall. The arrow plinks off the back of your armor plate as you're trying to like keep track of what the fuck's all around you. Falls to the ground.
It's impressive that they're not hitting the 3 guys in front of them.
Let's see here. That guy, you rolled that low. Actually, we're gonna do this. Nope. He manages to thread the arrow between the guys that are in front of him, and it plinks off your armor again and falls harmlessly to the ground, doing nothing to you. Sinestros, now your turn.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was sleeping. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast one out of each hand, in like like a cross motion, and hit both these dudes in front of me.
All right, because they are so close, it is at disadvantage because they are within melee range, and you're using a ranged attack.
What?
Yeah,
No. I'm guarding, doing a guarding motion.
if they're within
And
10 feet of you and you make a ranged attack, it's at
whatever.
disadvantage.
All right, well, we're doing this then. Those are my, the first 2 is disadvantage, second 2 is.
Yeah,
the
they're still
other one
both gonna hit.
disadvantage. Okay.
These guys don't have a lot of armor. I mean, they're bird people.
And then 10. No, 10. 5. 1, 2.
All right. So the guy that tried to stab you was the one that you previously wounded before. As he's running around the corner.
Yeah,
As
he's
he's trying to
running.
swing at you, you just cross your arms ahead of you, and one of the Eldritch Blast casts him right in the face. He goes, and the head snaps back violently. You're a loud crack, and the body slumps to the ground.
Fuck
Uh,
that guy.
The other guy that did stab you, he mimics the sound of crack, like that crack and claw sound, as the
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast smashes him in the face, into the body. He's looking a little hurt. He's not dead, but he's looking pretty hurt. As your Eldritch,
He's taking a dive. That's what he's doing.
he's his feathers are singed a bit. There's a nice little
Good.
like ring in his chest where the Eldritch Blast smashed him.
Good.
Let's see here.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. Where we at? Okay, this guy here is going to walk forward. Saying that his attacks aren't having much effect against Sandor and his heavy armor, he's going to attempt focus on you, Celestia. Taking his dagger and stabbing out at you between the corner of the wall and whatnot. 16, I think, is going to hit your armor. Yes. Yes. So you are going to
Yeah.
take 4 points of piercing damage as the dagger jabs into your side. Catches you in the
Asshole.
back as you do your
That was
fancy
my
cross
bum.
blast, like straight in the back with the dagger.
I thought, I was like, looking so cool, just like, and then, my butt.
It's cool now, huh? Sandor, it's your turn again.
Okay.
Let me know if I die.
Attacking that guy.
All right.
plus 8. I
Yeah.
roll both of them.
That's gonna hit both of them. Yeah. So roll your damage for both. So as he's working on stabbing Sinestro, he's like, "Got you, bitch." He's all proud of himself. You turn around, you bring the blade of your longsword against the side of his neck, grasping, gasping for blood, air, his blood spurting out of his neck. Take your sword and you run it through his chest. You feel something else poking you in the back, Sinestro. Tip of Sandra's sword just barely tips the back of you
What the hell are you doing?
Killing this guy.
before he pulls the blade out and he goes and spits blood up on your back, Sinestro, before slumping to the ground.
Disgusting.
Do I still
I
have
gotta
a
take
movement
another bath.
action?
Yes, you still have a movement action.
I'm gonna move myself right here.
He's gonna stand on his body.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand over his body.
Alright. Let's see here. Brings the end of your turn. This guy here is gonna come forward seeing you just kill his buddy. John, no! Why?
Hey, you still have a chance to run, or you'll be joining him.
You'll be joining him! As he takes his
With
dagger,
what?
swings it frantically at you, and it's just like step back as it kind of whiffs wide.
Are these like innocent people or are they asshole cultists? I want to know.
They're initiates of the cult, basically.
Wow, they're really they lack discipline.
Yeah, rocker discipline. um, this Sky dude here, who's looking pretty fucked up at this point. He is going to. He's going to try and cast Gust of Wind.
Just a wind dance.
Gust of Wind dance, yes.
That was the best game ever.
Such a good game. He's going to cast it out at Zirio, try and knock his ass back.
There's a remaster coming.
I know, I'm fucking psyched. What's this guy's charisma modifier?
Sorry, I had to.
Oh no, it's a
I had
strength
nerd
check.
moment.
He fails! The Gust of Wind blasts him and sends his ass back out into the hall here.
He gust of wind danced his butt off.
And he's just gonna go and run down to the other end of the hallway here. He's getting the fuck away.
And stay gone.
Let's see here. That's going to end that guy's turn. That brings us to Zirio's turn, who needs to then get his ass up off the ground because he was knocked prone. Let's see here, and don't move him yet. I need this tool. I need to see 15's that way. So he gets his happy ass up and just starts walking back toward the direction of that guy. Let's see here. That's that guy's turn. Should be one more initiative that goes here. Yep, this guy's gonna come out. Very nice. You killed John, you monsters! And seeing as Sinestro is just covered in blood already, he's going to swing at Sinestro.
Asshole.
Yeah, that's gonna hit you.
He missed me.
Oh man.
I didn't kill your buddy. Get out of here.
I
I'm
did.
just trying to stand in this doorway. That's all I'm doing. Your buddy stabbed me in the butthole.
You take 4 points of piercing damage as he stabs you in the butthole with his dagger.
God, what the hell? I gotta get up to take damage. Okay.
Let's see here. That guy's turn.
So you moved out
So-
of the way so they could continue stabbing me.
I moved in the
It's
moved more so
basically-
the other guys to the southward couldn't stab you. I didn't know there was another guy behind them.
Oh man. Clapman's seeing these guys coming out and just brutally stabbing the shit out of you.
Just like, what the fuck? My butthole.
He's kind of
in a
unleashes
lot of pain.
both of his Eldritch Blasts into this guy here
God, he
that just
rolled a
came and
1.
stabbed you. It's boom, slams into him. The body smashes into you, Sandor, and then slumps down to the ground as you smoke slightly. The radiant Eldritch energy wafting off the back of him. He is now quite dead. This guy
I'm
here,
getting cramped over here.
this guy here goes, "First John, now Tony, you monsters!"
You're attacking us.
Oh man, this dude's gonna run up. He's gonna make his attack at Sandor. Roll a fucking 2. Takes his dagger, tries to swing out at you. For Tony! And it ricochets off the stone wall. Going way too wide to do anything. Let's see. This Kenku here is going to swing at you again, Sinestra. He misses. This fellow here, he's going to back away somewhere. And aim at you again with his short bow, Sinestra. That's going to hit. You're going to
Which one?
take... He backed away from you. He's back here in the
Oh, the
shadows.
one in the corner.
Yeah. You're going to take 8 piercing damage as he fires his short bow at you.
All right, guys, I'm not a tank. All right, we need to figure this shit out.
Let's see. Bum.
I'm actually gonna die.
Sandor, from down the hallway, you hear the mocking voice of "For Tony!" as the Kenku down here fires his short bow at you, and you are going to take 9 piercing damage as the arrow slips between the plates of your armor and embeds itself in your chest.
For Tony.
This guy walks
Yeah.
forward, mimicking the same thing. For Tony! And fires the arrow at you. Instead of hitting you, he hits this guy here. The guy takes 6
for
piercing.
Tony for the rest of the night.
This guy takes 6 piercing damage as the arrow smashes him in the back. What the hell? Them, not me!
No, keep doing it. Keep doing it.
The other Kenku is going to fire at Zirio, who now, seeing the arrows coming, just kind of steps aside. That brings us to Orzal's turn. He stumbles around the corner. What the hell is going on? Firebolts. Yeah, that's gonna hit. He catches this guy that just got shot in the arm and just blasts his ass to the ground. Not Fred! Poor
What's your
fuckers.
name?
I'm Phil, and I'm gonna kill you!
That's a
Right.
shame because no one's gonna be mourning over you very soon.
Just the birds are gonna say,
Sinestra, it's now your turn.
all right, Eldritch Blast. I'm gonna double up. I'm gonna, I'm gonna rapid fire this shit.
Which one
Here
you
we
hit?
go. I'm gonna hit one first, see if it dies, and then hit the other one,
Alright, go.
and then this fucking A. This the damage.
You gotta roll twice because you're at close range. You're gonna be disadvantaged.
Damn.
It still hits.
Okay, that's damage.
Yeah. As you fire your just blast, you smash him in the face, and he just falls back a little bit, and then just slumps to the ground. Gets knocked back a wee bit.
Now for the one in the fucking corner. That asshole with the bow. Eat my Eldritch Blast, bitch.
That's gonna hit. You rolled a 1d10, dude. Do d20.
No. I did a 1d20 plus 8 is the hit, and then 1d10
Oh, okay.
plus 5 is the actual damage.
Oh yeah, no. You blast his ass and splatter him against the wall. He did.
Fuck that guy. And this stupid bow. Now,
From the whole year. Fuck that guy. Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yes. Yeah. I'm just gonna sit down and silently laugh to myself. I'm gonna sit and just. I'm done. I have my butthole is hurting. My nuts just recovered. I need to just. I need to
Still a
just.
dagger in your ass. How are you sitting?
No, no.
How much health are you sitting at now?
I'm at like less than 20%. No, I'm at 30%.
You're not too bad then.
Oh, it's bad, but it's not like horrible. I'm just I'm mentally done at this point. Like I've killed the motherfuckers. Like you deal with the rest.
All right. That point. Um. He succeeds his dex save, but he's still gonna take some damage.
We have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah, you were just completely silent until you said something about a dex save.
Oh, so the in the hallway here, you guys don't see it because you're outside of the hall, but inside the actual building itself, where
Yeah.
Azirio is fighting this dude, you don't know what's going on, but you hear the thunderous retort of a lightning bolt blast across the stone halls.
Whew.
Somebody's pissed.
You sound angry. My butt can't take much more, so I'm just gonna stay here. Guys, enjoy. Leave me with Phil. Phil, we can talk.
So he's taking 15 points of lightning damage. So he managed to sidestep it, but still he takes half. From the doorway back here, you guys, yeah, Sinesh, you'll probably see a little bit of it as a bolt of lightning cracks out between the hallway, shattering what's left of the door and slams into the wall back here. With that, it comes back to Zirio's turn, who's going to just, he's had enough of this shit. Dashing forward, he's just gonna attack this motherfucker. That guy's dead. I don't even need to roll. He's still dead.
What, the lightning bolt guy?
Yeah, he's fucking dead.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Hello, Bard.
From in the hall, you hear inside the building. You hear the queen. As he just slumps to the ground dead.
But they are ants. They have a queen.
From inside the hall again, you hear a mimicry. The queen will. Fucking Kenku attacks him and misses. Let's see here. That brings us to Kaladwin's turn, who is going to come forward here. You see Sinestro just fucking riddled with pain.
I'm sitting down. I'm just sitting there.
You look like
in
you could
my
use a
own-
hand in there, Sinestro.
No, everything's dead, so I think we're good.
Are you sure you don't want to, little help?
I mean, yeah, if you wanna, yeah, sure.
He reaches forth and mutters a prayer to Lathander. Throws his hand out at you as radiant energy comes from on high and washes over you, and you recover 9 hit points.
Super fantastic.
Better
I'm
than
at
dead.
half health. I did it.
I made it,
Don't be
guys.
dead. Don't die,
Let's see.
2019.
That guy's turn. I think I skipped over you, Sandra. So yeah, take your turn, Sandra.
Okay. I'm going to attack.
Okay, attack Phil. It's gonna hit Phil. Would you like to say anything to Phil as he beats his maker?
If it was any constellation, you all were easy to.
Spits blood. Fuck you, the queen. From down the hall, you hear, "Fuck you, the
Do
queen."
I still have my movement and do I still have my extra act?
You have your movement. Sorry, and you do still have one attack.
Okay. How far can I go?
You can go. Each of these squares is 10 feet, so you can make it down to because you've got 25 feet of movement. You can make it down to where the two pigeons are.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of this pigeon.
All right, make your attack roll.
Damn.
What? Even with so you got +8 to that. Even with that, you're gonna miss. However, let's do. Where am I at here? Let's do this for fun. Okay, so you swing for the one in front of you. Your swing goes wide, but you do manage to catch the other bird. So roll your damage. So you swing for the one in front of you. He goes, ha ha! The one goes, yeah! Ha, ha! As your sword rakes across his neck. But that ends your turn then. Boom.
There's a lot of dead bodies in that corner.
There's a bunch of fucking
Yeah.
dead people in that corner. This guy here, he's gonna yell, "Fuck that guy!" Go back in. He's gonna take his short bow and try and shoot at you. It misses, but he tried. Bum. The one that you just tried to attack, he repeats, "Ha ha!" and takes his short sword, swings it at you.
Fucking Bart Simpson.
They're mimicking voices. They're mimicking voices they've heard. They don't have an actual voice they can say.
So he heard Bart Simpson.
Yeah, somewhere in the halls here, he's heard Bart Simpson. You should look for Bart. Um,
I'm going to.
so it might be one of the guys you killed. He takes his short sword and tries to swing at you. But it's a clumsy fucking swing. You've practiced for years. It's a joke to you. You easily just knock it aside, deflecting it with your own sword. Orzo at the end of the hall here. What's going on? What's with all the laughter? Oh my. He's going to attack with a firebolt.
He
Blast.
gingerly walks around all these bodies.
Yeah, he's
of crap.
slowly. I mean, he only gets half movement because it's considered difficult terrain here now at this point with all these bodies. He gets what's a firebolt shooting at the one down the hall that you had stabbed at. It is going to hit. 6 points of fire damage. It's enough to burn this poor bastard dead. Kills him off. The bird that you're trying to fight here is fuck that guy. So now it's your turn.
I'm going to lean out just like a tiny little bit here so I can see down the hallway. Still sitting, I'm doing like the paint me like one of your French horse type pose. And I'm just going to like point with the hand that I'm like not leaning on and just shoot out 2 Eldritch Blasts. Like, I'm so done. I want to go see this thing dead at this point.
That's going to hit.
And
Yep,
that's
they
the
both hit.
second one. It is.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I do like a half bow while laying down, and then I use the body next to me as a pillow, and I just close my eyes and
As you're doing that, the Kenku pops out, seeing you as you're shooting your Eldritch Blast, and sees you laying down and goes, "Fuck that guy!" and takes his long short bow and shoots at you.
good luck.
He shoots a one.
I'm in short, like half cover.
Well,
I'm in the doorway.
he rolled a 1, so I'm gonna roll
Yeah,
percentage because it's fun.
He's pretty fucked.
So he goes to shoot at you, and instead of hitting you, he hits Orzo.
God damn it. Good job, Warzall.
Catches him and leaves. What the hell was that for?
I'm gonna look up and say, nice catch.
You should catch us.
I'm on the ground.
With that, let's see here. Top of the round. Sandor, it's your turn again.
Yep, this I'm gonna fuck up this bird. +8.
It's gonna hit
Here's
you.
my second one.
The first one would have hit.
Oh, I just realized I want to go to sleep on the Sinestra wants to go to sleep, but he can't. Physically incapable of sleeping.
So you swing your sword down, and you basically just cut this fucking thing in half. And instinctually, you whip back as you make your second attack, and as you do so, the body is beginning to tumble. You just kind of like get your sword caught in it, and you got half a bird person kind of like stuck on the edge of your blade. Put it to the ground, and got to kick it off of it.
Ooh, shish kebab.
With that, they're all dead.
A lot of fucking bodies. I'm gonna peer into this room.
As you peer into the room, you find Zero is now sitting at one of the tables, sipping from a very old cask of ale. He's just pouring into a cup and drinking it.
Had fun in here, I take it.
I am going
Fucking
to
lightning
ask
bolts
for
me.
a glass.
So everybody else makes their way into the room.
Oh yeah, I'm asking him for a glass. I'm gonna sit down.
All right, so we'll move you down,
Wince.
sit next to him.
I'll wince as I sit on my rump. I need one of those. Oh god.
Rummages around. Gets up, goes and looks around the counter, opens a few cupboards and finds a couple of mugs, and kind of just reaches his hand in there and sweeps the cobwebs out of it, and brings it back over to you. Sits down in front of you, grabs the really old-looking keg, and just pours what's left of it into your cup.
Thanks.
Catching a waft of this stuff, Sandor, this is probably like 400-year-old dwarven ale that these two are drinking.
Ah,
I mean, some good stuff.
It's
at
it's
least
it's some good stuff, that's for sure.
They may be short, but they know how to get drunk.
I'll take a seat and see if there's another glass.
Zero finishes his cup and just kind of scoots the cup over to you. You could have picked the flask cup. There's enough left in the bottom of this thing for maybe half a cup now.
I'll drink it.
All right, pour it into the cup, down the hatch. Some good shit. Goes down smooth. Lights a fire in your belly.
Fire's in my belly. I need ice.
It looks like you need ice on your ass instead.
That dagger is still there, by the way.
Do you need help with that?
I mean, Zero is gonna have to get rid of it at this point. It's frozen to my dripping wet clothes.
He looks through. You done with that?
Yeah. I think I need to move it to the other side, though.
Just kind of like flicks his wrist and the dagger just disappears off your shirt. And after that, he just kind of like makes a gesture of like a chopping motion, and as he does it, an axe, a little small hand axe of ice appears in his hand, and he just pins it into the table in front of you. And leaves it there.
Thank you. I'm gonna sit on it. Not the sharp side. Just gonna sit on it.
As you're doing that, he reaches into his pack and pulls out a bottle of, looks to be like a wine bottle, and corks it, takes the empty cup back from you, Sandor, and pours some into the cup and drinks it down. It motions the cup over to you, Sinestro. That fucker. Let that fucker lightning bolt me so you can keep a knife on your nuts. I'll be happy.
Oh, I am very, very happy. We're both not dead. I have balls. I think that's as best as we could get done.
Oh, man. As the other two come to join you. The old resources studies. What are you drinking?
The best shit I've ever drank in my life.
And I would like one.
It's gone.
Damn it.
Can I
You're
roll an
too slow.
investigation check in here?
Yeah, go for it if you want.
Plus 6. 13.
All right, from what you can gather, this building was once a dwarven hall for feasting. There are several old wooden tables laying about. They're scattered broken throughout this long main room. 3 gigantic casks do line this back wall. Um, it was, from what you can gather, once a very nice, I mean, downright beautiful oak bar. It's now, decayed, rotten. It's seen better days. But behind the bar there, you do see 3 more casks. Whether there's something in there or not, you don't know.
I'm going to jump over and see.
All right, you hop over the bar easy enough. Picking in the casks, um, it appears that whatever was in 2 of these casks, at least, long since evaporated. The final cask, though, as you move it in front of yourself so you can attempt it, it's still sealed. You can hear something sloshing around inside there.
Toss me a cup.
So takes the cup and tosses it back over in your direction.
I'm going to try and tap the keg and see what's.
Oh, if we're tapping this keg, we're having a party.
All right, tap the keg.
What's it?
Just roll a strength check to try and tap it.
Plus 5, so 13.
Yeah, that'll hit it. Roll damage.
Oh, wait, whoops. What would my damage be?
Just your, what are you trying to tap it with?
Is there something in here to tap it with?
Tap it with your axe.
Looking around, there's nothing around the bar, whatever you can use to tap it. You'd have to either use your sword or some other weapon you have on you. You got a dagger or something like that?
I have
an
a
axe.
dart.
You want to tap it with your hand axe?
Yeah.
All right. So you take your axe, you smash into the barrel. The top of the barrel cracks open with a resounding thud. As you crack the barrel open, what you do find inside this thing doesn't look to be, it's not like liquidy. It does, however, jiggle and move, and then lashes out in your direction.
Oh, wonderful.
Seeing the creature come slashing out at you, just kind of like instinctively you push the barrel down to the side. It clutters into the corner.
Yep, there's no ale here.
What? You can't drink slime?
Do you?
Oh, I've done it once.
You've
And
done
how'd
it
that go
once.
for you?
Amazingly. I was drunk for 3 days.
I'm going to leap back over this and pretend I never saw it.
So as you leap over it, coming from this wonderful barrel here, ever so slowly is I need to shrink this thing down.
God, it's
A
huge.
viscous. Oh, that's way too small.
God, it's tiny.
Very viscous-looking blue-ish ooze.
Does it speak?
No, but it's sliding over the bar in your direction. It's pretty goddamn slow, but it's now
I'm gonna
basically.
cast a firebolt at it.
All right. Roll your attack. What was the 8 your attack roll?
Yeah, and that would be plus 6, so 4.
Yeah, it would hit. I mean, it's a slow moving pile of ooze.
Like, is it small enough to get caught in a cup?
No, it was inside a fairly large like barrel cask.
Oh, okay.
It's
I just wanna
probably.
see if we can catch it. And...
I mean, it's the puddle itself is maybe the puddle of ooze from where you can tell it's sitting on the counter. It's kind of like coalesced around itself a little bit. It's roughly 2 feet or so across. Alright, so you do 10 fire damage against this thing. It shakes and wriggles a bit of the impact of the blast, but beyond that, it really doesn't appear to be paying any mind to it. On that note, do we want to use a previous initiative or roll a new one?
It's up to you.
I don't care.
I will take my one and sit my happy ass down and drink this drink.
Alright, so we'll just use a previous one if that's the case. Sandra, go ahead. You can make another round against this thing.
I'm gonna just shoot another fireball at it.
Alright, go ahead.
+6, so 10.
Yeah, that'll hit. Another 8 points of fire damage. Alrighty. Seeing you shooting firebolts at things has now alerted everyone else in the group. Zero steps up, turns, and sees you. For fuck's sake. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, guys.
He's in the ale.
That's not ale!
Clearly.
It was in the ale. That's not ale.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh. Well. Reaches out in your direction, Sinestra, and you hear as you fall, your ass falls onto the wooden, what do you call it, chair, and the axe of ice is now in his hand. He takes it and just fucking hurls it at the use.
Oh, you took my ice.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. And then this is less damage than the other thing, so I'm just gonna roll here. 6 slashing damage as the axe of ice just smashes into the ooze. It ripples a little bit, and then as it ripples and rumbles, it splits off, and there are now 2.
Are they smaller?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
about
can
half
I
the
catch
size
it
that
in
it was.
Can I catch it in a cup now?
It's still a foot or so across. It's too big to go in a cup.
Okay, we need to split it one more time. Zero, you on this? We could have a pet slime. I will call him Felix.
With that, it is Caladman's turn.
Cut it in half, Gladwin.
So you need some fucking help.
But it's a fucking slime. How are you gonna have trouble with it?
Natural fucking 20.
Thank God he can cut it in half.
Oh, that was the wrong one. Shit, wrong button again. There. I found it, guys. It's going to be 26 for the first one. And then the second one is another 12. 6, 12. It's 38 damage. That thing got fucked up quick. And that then brings us to Orzol's turn.
Is it dead?
No, it's not dead yet.
Oh, thank God.
It got fucked up, but it's not dead. Orzol reaching under the table and I really wanted some ale. Firebolts! Where the fuck did my dice go? Fuck it, we'll just type it in here.
They dropped into the hem of your, like the hem seam of your pants.
God damn it! That's gonna hit.
And had something like that happen since I was like 12.
So 9 fire damage against this poor fucker here. He's not dead yet, but
Close.
it's bubbling and boiling, and it's, there's not much left of that one. Sinestra, it's your turn.
Take a deep breath. I'm going for it. I'm gonna whip my hand blade out, and the one that's like right about to die,
I'm gonna try to cut it in half.
You're gonna
And
try
then-
and cut it in half.
I'm gonna try to cut it in half, and then with like one of the halves, I'm gonna try to catch with the cup. I'm gonna flip it over and like catch it underneath the cup.
Make your attack roll first off.
All right. You ready? If it ever lets me. Shink.
Yeah, you're gonna do it.
Okay. All right. So, what is it? It
Roll
was
your
1d
damage. It's I think 1d6 plus 3, I think, or 2, whatever your strength score is. Plus 3. It's your dex modifier. It's a
Yeah.
finesse weapon. So 1d6 plus 3, 8 damage. Well, as you bring your spiked fist down on it, you punch the pile of ooze. You punch it into oblivion. At the same time, the acid from the ooze splashes back at your face, and you take 8 acid damage.
God fucking damn it. I knew this was a bad idea. Alright. I'm just gonna walk away. I'm done.
So that one's dead.
That was the last straw. That was the last straw.
You have your movement if you want to get the fuck away from this thing.
Yeah, I'm walking. I'm walking all the way over here. And I'm gonna sit my happy ass down right there and just watch these.
She's gonna get up and go to the next table over. I love it. Just fuck this him up. Man. This ooze is going to slowly slosh its way over and it manages to get just close enough to you, Sandor. Let's see here, and it's going to lash out at you with its slimy pseudopods. Yeah, it's gonna hit you. So you're gonna take 1d6.
Slimy pseudopods. What the fuck?
Slimy pseudopods.
Look,
Um,
I'm watching this happen, but if that slime splits one more time and it's small enough to get caught, I'm catching it. I don't fucking care. I will catch it. Sorry. Now I just have a goal.
I have a goal. I will do this. Need to roll one more.
I am gonna sneak one of my potions of healing.
So your next turn, you can use an action to drink a potion of healing if you want.
Yeah, but I'm gonna try to sneak it.
Sandor, you're taking 27 acid damage and 5 points of bludgeoning damage as it slams into you.
Ow.
Wait, what? How much acid damage?
27.
Oh, okay. You are a monster, whoever broke this thing out of its prison.
Syria goes, I don't think I have anything to hit that fucker. They're just not going to make more of them. He's going to walk over here to where Sinestra is, and instead of trying to attack this thing, he's going to cast Cure Wounds on Sinestra.
Oh, thank God.
So you heal 7 hit points.
My bum wounds.
Let's see, that brings us to Galadwin, who is going to get the fuck away from it. He's then going to cast his Eldritch Blast at it. Yeah, they both are going to hit. 7 and 11, so 18 force damage to that thing. Okay. Sandor,
You.
it's your turn to do what you need to do now.
How's this thing looking?
I mean, it's bubbling. It appears like half of it or so is missing. But
If I get
it's
hit by it again, I'm totally dead.
so you need to get the fuck away from it, huh?
Would I take an opportunity strike by chance?
You can use your action to do a disengage just to get away from it.
I'll do that.
All right, so you use your action to disengage. So you can't make an attack action, but you can get the fuck away from it. So
We're
you
getting
can
chased
move
off by a
2.5
fucking
squares
slime.
is your maximum distance. So you'd be able to get to here. There you go. Let's see here. That brings us to Warsaw. Seeing you get fucked up is, yes, I'm going to leave. He's gonna come up here, get away from this thing, and we're gonna have him cast Scorching Ray at it. So we're gonna have him do. We're just gonna do it this way because it's gonna be 3 attacks. Get 2 fucking ones? Are you kidding me? Even with ones though, he's got a +9. That'll be enough to hit the fucking thing still.
Jesus Christ.
So he's gonna do 66 fire damage against this thing. 20 fire damage. As a Scorching Rays blast into the thing, it begins to bubble and boil as parts of it evaporate. With that, it is now Sinestra's turn.
All right, I'm just gonna look at this thing with like the most amount of disdain and just annoyance that I can possibly do, and I'm gonna just hit it with my Eldritch Blasts. Like I have given up completely.
Yeah, they both hit.
Yeah, this thing's fucking dead.
Oh yeah,
I'm
it's
done.
definitely dead.
Like
It's gone. You blast into it.
I am just gonna sit there and just look super annoyed and just like
Ugh.
and with that I am going to stop all things and I am not moving from this spot. I don't care what you guys do. I'm resting.
Oh man.
From now on, I burn my ale before I drink it.
You burn the ale, you're never gonna drink any.
Oh man. So we're gonna have Lapin's gonna come up here, and he's going to cast yeah, we're gonna cast Cure Wounds on. Let's see, that should be more actually. So I need to roll it 2 more times. I need to fix that macro. 1, 2. Hey, look at that. A bunch of 3s. So, Sinestra, you are going to be healed for 24 hit points.
That's more health than I had. What?
And then that plus Sandor, you're going to be healed for 21 hit points.
That's wonderful.
Bless you.
Ooh. I suddenly feel much better.
Let's see. He's going to take his staff and cast Cure Wounds 1 more time through his staff. You're going to recover an additional 10 hit points, Sandor. That's it, boys. Tapped out. Tank's empty.
Good, because I'm going to take a nap.
Can I loot this corpse?
What to use?
No, the corpse right here.
Yeah, go for it. Rummaging through this guy's corpse, the only thing you find useful on this guy is a boomerang. The boomerang itself has got little clouds and lightning bolts and stuff drawn on it, like painted on it.
I'll take it.
Wait, before you put it away, I'm going to hit that with an Arcana check. Just for my own curiosity. It's like a rule for me.
Alright. It's magical. It's from what you can gather. It has magical energy.
Yeah, so...
The
all
drawings
those
itself are very
runes and
crude.
stuff,
It looks
they're all
like
crude.
it looks like someone like got bored and he's got like some water paint and tried to draw like something on it. You notice that there's some of the drawings there's just little like carvings of just their elemental runes for air and lightning.
Oh, wonderful.
So yeah, that must have been what they used on Zero.
No, he did this, and he like mimics like finger wiggling, like casting a spell.
Finger wiggling. I wiggle my finger and lightning bolt.
You know what it means. You know, magic of fuckers.
I don't have magic. I have Eldritch.
So magic to me. That. Who's still fucked up here?
I don't know.
I'm
Maybe
pretty
Ozark.
fine now.
All right. Man, that's rough. I'm going to add to you Sandor.
The boomerang of boomeranging.
The boomerang of boomeranging. As soon as this thing loads. There we go. I'll add that to your inventory. Beyond that, you guys have finished up what scraps of ale you could find within this old dilapidated feast hall.
Can I find a stick?
There are plenty of sticks around here. What are you gonna do with the stick?
Alright, I'm gonna take the stick and I'm gonna poke the oozes. See if I can find anything.
You're gonna poke at the uses?
Yeah, I'm gonna poke with the stick. Like, I just don't wanna.
Alright, as you poke around in the uses, your stick begins to sizzle and burn. Roll an investigation check.
Oh, wonderful. It's gonna be great. You guys are gonna love this investigation check. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle.
As you poke the bottle, the stick sizzles. You're poking at the uses. You do hear a clink, 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 clink as you're poking around in it. You try and poke a little bit more, but with what little bit of the acid is left in this ooze, and there's not much in it, you do manage to like roll out of what's a little blob of ooze that's left. It looks like a bottle. From what you can tell, there might be something in it. There's a little fine sheen of like ooze over it still.
Okay, is there acid all over it? Like, if I pick it up, am I gonna take my hands out?
Orzal comes over to see what the fuck you're doing. His prestidigitation, and just cleans it up.
Oh, he cleans it up with prestidigitation?
Yep.
Can actually do that?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. I'm gonna pick it up. And I'm not even gonna bother looking at it. I'm just gonna put it in my pack and say we'll deal with it later.
Good idea.
Can I roll investigation to see if there's anything up here?
Yeah, go for it.
With that, I'm going to stretch out on this
8 plus
table
14.
and sleep.
14. Rummage around the boxes there. You don't really find anything. There's some rotten food stuff. It's like stale beyond anything. They're basically bricks. Again, a couple of empty kegs. There's some broken mugs. No oozes.
Well, that's always good.
One of the only cask that's up in that corner. The lid of it's gone. There's a faint smell of like ale or something inside the cask, but beyond that, there's nothing in it. Poking your head down, looking into the cask, there's a small hole that looks to be like burned through the very bottom of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one alone.
But that's it. You don't find anything else up that way.
Okay, I'm gonna go out here and loot these fucking bodies.
Alright. As you rummage through the pockets of Phil, John, I forget the fucking names. There's like 4 or 5 short swords, a couple of daggers. You could take them if you cared enough to do it. Though looking it over, they're nothing to write home about. There's nothing special about them. You do find 13 gold coins, 22 silver pieces. That's it.
I'll take the money. I'll leave the gear.
Alright. With that, among the orchestrated murder that you guys have done along these hallways here, it is almost midnight, so if you guys want to call it a night here, we can definitely do that.
My character's already called it a night. He's given up on the world for now.
He's just laying down on one of the broke ass tables.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull out my book of suns and just read.
Well, since you guys have murdered whatever was left in this little corner here, do you want to? Are you gonna attempt to take a rest, or you just want to call it a pause here and pick it up next game?
Oh, I'm resting.
I would probably need a rest.
Want to take a long or a short rest?
I don't care either way. I'm just gonna stay here. Like short is fine with me.
I don't care.
Well, if you guys need to regain spells,
That's why I don't care. Like
yeah, because
I'm
you
a
regain them
warlock.
regardless, because you're a warlock.
Yeah.
I am out of spells.
So you might want to take a long rest.
Yeah, I'll take a long one.
All right. Rummaging around here, looking about. Clovis, if you guys want to rest here, we can either go back to that smith shop we were out the other night before, or we need to clear some space in this place here.
I mean, we could just lay on the tables, hang out.
Yeah, but that smith shop back there was a locked door. Like a heavy locked fucking door.
Let's go.
So you guys gather your fucking things.
I'm gonna pick at the bodies on the way back. Not really looking for anything.
Yeah, whatever was in those bodies, what's his name?
He's
Sandor
gone.
already looted. Just a few cans full
Yeah.
of coins and whatnot. See,
I wasn't paying attention to all of that.
no,
Like my character wasn't, so I just kind of
No.
like half-assedly.
you're getting up and you go rummaging through, looking through the bodies. You find some ID cards.
Oh, I'm gonna take one of the ID cards.
You find Tony's.
Oh, right, Tony. I'm gonna stick it to like in my chest pocket. I'm gonna have to remember I have that. Hold on.
Tony's ID card.
Tony's ID card.
What's the other guy you guys were looking for? Can't remember.
One was Phil.
There was Phil. There was
One
Tony.
and John.
John. There was another name you guys said. I forget what it was.
You do.
Felix.
Felix.
I was gonna name one Felix. It was Tony, Phil, John, Fred.
Yeah, there was another name that you guys said that you were hoping you killed or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
Was the name that the birds were calling?
It was Tony. For Tony.
Yeah, for Tony.
Yeah, and then fuck that guy.
You gotta love getting goose, man. Anyway, with that, I need to look at this guy's spell real quick. How big is this fucking thing? 10-foot radius. All right. So, you guys come in here. We are going to say, for the sake of argument here, that Zirio has gone ahead and locked the fucking door again. As
Yes,
you
he has.
are absolutely exhausted, Kalabin's gonna once again cast Leoman's tiny hut. So he casts the spell, pulls out his bedroll, unrolls it, lays down, and just passes the fuck out. He's done.
I'm just gonna sit in the corner and read my book.
Zirio stretches. Alright, who's got first watch?
I've got all the watches, and I just post up.
Perfect. Kicks some rocks aside, makes his bedroll out, and rolls it down, and just passes the fuck out.
So no one knows that I just don't sleep.
No, nobody has taken the time to ask any questions about it.
No, I just.
I mean, you just said you're taking all the watches, and Zirio was like, fine, I don't fucking care, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah. And he doesn't care. Even if he asked, I would just smile and say, I don't know.
But at that, I'm going to click everybody's long rest button here, the characters I'm controlling. Boom.
I've done it on my end.
I
Recover
just did
the
it on mine.
fucking health of everybody. So that everyone's not dying anymore. You guys took some fucking pain tonight.
Oh, yeah. It was actually kind of funny.
Oh man. On that note, I believe we are going to sign off here. We will pick this back up again. What do we want? What's next Friday? The 26th. Aha! Friday 26th, 8
Dun,
p.m.
dun,
Eastern.
dun.
Etc. As per usual. Hopefully Joe will be back then. We know Lacuna's not going to be back for probably another couple of episodes here at this point. Bum, bum, bum. Anything for you guys before we sign off here?
Nothing for me.
I saved my nuts.
They exist. On that note, good fight. Good night.